Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for your patience through the break. I appreciate it. If you're just joining us, we're working through Atomic Heart. This is part 8 of our playthrough. Getting towards the end game, at least in terms of the main story. So, getting ready to hit a point of no return in Agent P3's journey here. Not really sure what's going on down here, but alright, y'all ready? Let's do it. Alright. Oh, thank you for the welcome back. Welcome back to y'all as well. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday. Oh dear. Uh-oh.
That crazy-ass pump thing killed that whale.
Oh, hi.
Damn. The dewdrop is the latest design in the field of biomechanics. Get over here. It is a hydraulic pump.
Isn't that what I just
Oh,
said?
and it's got a laser. It's got an eye laser.
Get over here, you little fucker!
My god. Giant eye laser. Oh shit. Ouch. And there's a big whale there. Apparently it took out the whale. Ooh. Ouch. Not really doing a ton of damage. Ow, that hurt a lot. Okay, run, heal. Ouch! Get him! Oh, okay.
How do you like that, gearhead?
Oh shit, what is this? Tentacles! Watch out. Okay. Oh god. Run! Zip, zoom. I was gonna say dip, dive, dodge. Oh shit. Oh no. What is this? What is the tentacles? How are we at alarm level 2? Is it because it's a boss fight? Okay, he's doing the zoomies. Oh god. Get out of the way and heal. I don't even think I'm hitting him. I know, what the yeah, this is Dewdrop. We're fighting Dewdrop.
Fucking tin man.
Oh, I'm almost out of ammo. Okay, switch weapons. Quick. Where's he at? There he is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes! First try. First try. I ran through all of my Kalash ammo, though. Oh no. Oh. Well, thanks for helping us out, dude. Ew. Okay. Cool. Let's loot. I guess I have plenty of ammo, though, that I can get back. Oh, thank you for that GG over on TikTok. Rockhanna, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, is there anything else to loot? I don't think so. No. We gotta do some climbing. So make sure I don't miss anything, though. Okay, I think we're good. More platforming. Why can I not... Oh, do I have to, like, pull myself up? What the heck? Well, that's bizarre. It's not letting me, It's not letting me jump up. Let me jump down for a second. I mean, that's where I should be able to go. There we go. It was just, for some reason, not working as intended. Oof. The platforming in this is kind of rough at times. I will say.
Oh, that thing was dangerous. I didn't know if I could handle it.
And there are much more powerful robots out there. Real combat robots are far deadlier.
There aren't any
Great.
combat bots here.
Not yet, but once Collective launches, they will be everywhere. And 2 of them will be equipped with beta connectors. Do you have any idea how much blood will be spilled because of one person's private ambitions?
The
Rings are
ballerinas,
driving
I
me
take it.
nuts. When are you assholes gonna stop trying to pull my strings?
Oh no!
Done. Happy now?
You just
Good
tossed him in
decision,
the
Comrade
ocean.
Major. I have no doubt that it saved lives. Perhaps many more than I can imagine.
Let's hope so.
So that's scripted totally. Like, it didn't give me an option to choose, which I always thought was kind of strange. But hey. Where the heck are we? Secret passageways. Wow. Oh no.
Crap, what a surprise. Why'd they freeze up?
The access code has been successfully extracted from
Oh.
the polymer memory. Combat mode has been disabled, and the robots have returned to their normal status.
They're friendly
Well done, my
now
boy.
again.
Everyone who was able to hide and survive owes you their lives. You've done me proud.
Thank you, sir. What now?
Come back to Chelome, get a checkup, and take some leave. You've earned it. I'll deal with the fallout from this mess.
Roger that.
Huh.
I'm on my way.
You didn't tell Sechenov about Philantova. Are you still planning to meet with her?
I want to see this evidence she says is so important.
Dr.
Yeah.
Sechenov isn't going to like it, you know.
So don't tell him.
About that. I'm curious. Can I see? Let me look at the map real quick. Wow. We are... I guess we're somewhere in this area right now. What a view, though. It's all pretty. Oh, never mind. Can't go that way. Rockin'. Pretty cool. Oh, wait. Did I go? I went the wrong way again. I started heading back towards where we just came from. Whoops. There's always a lighthouse. Now, how the heck do I get into said lighthouse? I see some goodies inside. We gotta figure out how to get in there.
Huh? So where is she? Larissa! Freaking critters, you around here somewhere?
Do you
Crispy
trust Dr.
critters.
Filatova?
I don't trust anyone. But she's got something important to tell me. And I'm sure Dr. Sechenov is hiding something.
Oh, I gotta do
Has
some
Dr.
climbing.
Sechenov ever told you about his plans?
Not really. I mean, he's never really had to, but now this whole thing with Petrov, Jellyman killed Stock and the boss...
Jellyman!
Is the launch of Collective really so important he can't even delay it out of respect for the dead?
I have no data on this topic, Comrade Major.
No data, huh? Well, I don't have any data either. So let's go get some.
Yeah.
Saving data.
Alright. Time to do some climbing. Wait a minute. Okay, gotta go up a little bit more. Up. Alley-oop. I really like good old Duke, as you figured. Duke Nukem's pretty good. You know what's weird though? I've never actually played Duke Nukem. I know, and everybody's gonna be like, "What? You've never played Duke Nukem?" Never did. I thought about it a few times, just have not done it. You know, you can't trust those creep-ass robots with mustaches. They do look a little suspicious. They do indeed. I know. Everyone's gonna be like, what? You've never played Duke Nukem? Nope. Never have.
When they told me that
Maybe one day.
my lighthouse was gonna be ripped out of the ground and brought from Sakhalin to Kazakhstan by the robots, I figured they were drunk. But nope.
Oh, there's something outside here.
Kilometers away from the ocean now. Like a museum exhibit. And I'm here too. Like another exhibit. Now sure, I got a raise. Sure, I barely have to do any work.
Now, question is there a way that I can get to it?
Do everything. Lighthouse and I are just a confirmation that humanity can do whatever it wants. But what the fuck are they guarding with all those flying guns everywhere?
How do I get to that, Huh. How do I get to that box? Well, that's where we came in from, and I don't think I can shimmy over to the other side, so maybe there's another way to get to it? I'm so... What did you say? I'm so tired of being surprised of the game she's not played or the movie she's not seen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Other than, like, console games, though, like, back in, you know, when I was younger, I didn't really get into PC gaming until I was older, so... There's a lot of stuff I missed out on because I didn't have a computer that really could play anything. So that's why. That would be why. Was that the one that I saw? Or was there another one somewhere? Huh. I mean, we'll try to loot everything. I might miss one or two. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was the one. Unless it's further up. Nothing there. What a view, though. Worthwhile to come all the way up here, though. Oh, I almost accidentally jumped off. That'd have been bad. I don't want to do that. Let's see here. Okay, we've been there. I gotta head. I'm curious. No, it still shows there's one there. How the heck? All right. I'm curious. Can I get it from here? See, it's like it's like precariously perched. Unless I can like shimmy across. We're gonna try it. Let me save my game again though.
Saving data.
Gonna try to do some expert loot goblining. Nope. Okay. Well, maybe there's no way for me to get to that. Sadly. Unless... Give me the loot! It's not gonna let me get it. I think that one may not be reachable. Could I fall down from a high... Ooh, good question. Let me see. Maybe? Let's try it for science. We will try it for science. Okay, so if I go up... Oh, it doesn't really... Okay, that's where I came in. No! I missed the landing. I don't know if it's worth it. That almost worked. And I think I like bounced off the ledge and that's what happened. That's got to be the only way that you can grab that. Should we try it one more? Let me try it one more time. And then we'll move on. Let's see, where was that? Oh! Hey! We did it. Thank you for the suggestion. I don't know if that was the intended way to resolve that, but it worked. Cool. Let's see, where I need to go down, I guess. You're off to bed now? Okay. Well, thank you for hanging with us. I don't know if we'll finish the main story tonight. We'll see. It just depends.
What do we have here? A chair and a TV? This isn't what I was expecting.
But have a good night. Thanks for hanging.
I suspect that this room has a specific function.
This room has a specific function. I was going to say, Mike, you might want to stick around for just a minute or two, if you can. Because there's a cool scene coming up. Whoa. And plus that. What the heck? What the heck? Here we go, y'all. Here comes that BioShock reference I was talking about.
I believe that the unscheduled acceleration was caused by the elevator access system being hacked.
Hey, does that look
Otherwise,
familiar at
Dr.
all?
Ferrante would not have been able to initiate it.
So she hacked the system. Kind of like how all these poor bastards got hacked to bits.
Complete with the music that sounds on point,
So
too.
that's Neptune, huh? Looks nice. Actually, it looks amazing. A rapture.
A rapture,
I'm
huh?
spending some time there myself. But I can't even imagine what's going on there right now.
Comrade Sechenov asked you to return to Chelomey.
Yes, a very fine tribute.
We can deal with that. Let's talk to the doc first. But if she tries to take off again, she's gonna regret it. I'm sick of playing cat and mouse with her.
Yeah, even the score sounds very reminiscent of your descent into Rapture in the original BioShock. That was a cool nod. Hey, there she is. Well, welcome to the Academy of Consequences,
What are you doing
everyone.
here? What do you want?
Just hear me out, P3. Let me try to give you a different perspective, and then you can decide how to handle things. Do you know how Sechenov is planning to use Collective? What he's going to do with it?
After Collective launches, people will be able to control robots with their minds, and they won't be able to stab each other in the back anymore. Sounds nice.
I used to think that way too, but that's not how things really are. Collective isn't just about controlling robots. Sechenov will be able to control everyone who's a part of Collective. Collective is diabolical, Nechayev. It's even worse than slavery.
Bullshit. It's just the same old chain of command, but on a virtual network. What's so awful about that?
Come on, see for yourself.
Yeah, I got questions.
I've got questions.
Hopefully you have answers. Let's see. Where are we, number one?
Where are we?
This is the Academy of Consequences, the facility's memory, analytics center, and primary archive. The activities of all the other complexes are studied here in order to draw conclusions and generate probability matrices.
What a name for a
Get to the
place, by the way.
The Academy has a number of interesting departments. For example, there's the Radio of the Future. By mathematically combining shortwave and quantum echoes, we can predict the music people will be listening to 50 or even 80 years into the future. But there's another very special department here called Polymerized Subject Behavioral Psychology. They're supposed to be volunteers, but...
What about that? How'd you get in here? Why didn't the Drofas stop you?
How'd you get in here? Why didn't the Drofus stop you?
I work here. Well, I used to. Only Sechenov can revoke my access. And he's got his hands full right now. And I'm no threat to him.
Get to the point. And no more grenades or other bullshit. Any funny business at all and I'll kill you. This is your last warning.
Sure, fine. Come on, I won't waste your time.
Okay, lead on.
Okie dokie. I want to know, you should have asked her how she ran in those stilettos. Because that right there, and there's another Alan Wake thermos. Man. Oh, I guess I need to walk. Walk forward we go.
Well, are you ready? Disable polarization.
That comes with the implant. Yeah, maybe. I can barely walk in high heels, let alone run in them, so... You go, girl.
The fuck is this place? A haunted house or something?
It's a tomb of the
Yikes,
mind.
this place.
The volunteers who lay the foundation for Collective. The first few groups of subjects all died. Group 30 went insane. Group 73
That's
killed themselves.
crazy.
Group 101 killed each other. Group 204 was the most successful. They all survived. Their consciousness is now in an imaginary world. We call it limbo.
Oh.
And their bodies are here, under my complete control. Want me to make them do something?
Why?
To show that I'm not lying?
Whatever. Line them up.
So that's the price that had to be paid, I guess, in order to get collective working. All of these people stuck in limbo,
Keep going.
essentially.
The fat guy. Tell him to jump. He could use it.
Just him? Why don't I make them all jump? After all, we all live in a communist society. Goddamn you, jump!
Wow. So if they're the basis for collective,
Why do you people even do this shit? Fuck. Poor bastards.
No, that's where you're wrong. Chemically speaking, they're all perfectly happy. That's what collective is all about. The entire world will be just like
Why would
this.
Sechenov
Well,
want
that's
to turn
not
everyone
good.
into a bunch of idiots? Was he trying to make fun of the world by making people run around naked and act like animals?
No. We were able to prevent the degradation of individual consciousness. Memories, behavior, speech patterns are all preserved. But there's one thing they won't be able to avoid. The complete loss of their free will.
well, that's not good. But if they're if they're like the neural network,
We
essentially,
gotta stop this.
wouldn't they need to be
Stop this.
replaced?
That's what Victor was trying to do. You got in his way, and now it's too late.
Your boyfriend lost his mind and killed people. He tried to tell me Sechenov taught the robots to kill during the design phase. Why would Boss do that?
Why? Why did he design Collective to be a mind control system? Why does he need those special neurocontrollers? Sechenov wants to enslave the entire world. I'm sorry,
Oh,
but
boy.
if you don't understand that, you're an idiot.
Well, the rings are gone, so everything should be fine, right?
The Boss would never do that.
He would, and he will. On Monday.
All this is really hard to swallow. But I'll
Yeah.
help you. Whatever you're planning, I'm in.
You're willing to turn on Sechenov.
After what you just showed me. Yeah. I want to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah. Crispy critters.
P1, P2, P3. Your mind is never free.
So yeah, we are P3, which means, yeah, who was P1 and P2?
A man can be repaired.
Whoa.
What? What was that?
What's what?
Nothing. I'm
Um,
just digesting what I saw.
we're seeing some weird things. Let's see, why did you help me?
Why did you help me?
Perhaps because I care. And besides, it's not about you. Well, not only you.
If you worked here, then why didn't you try to stop this?
If you worked here, then why didn't you try to stop this?
I thought it was for the best. I thought it was for the good of the entire Soviet Union.
The
But when I
greater
realized
good.
What was really going on? I had to bide my time, wait for the right moment. Victor and I risked everything, and you know the rest.
Fine, moving on.
The test subject is not leaving limbo.
Whoa.
Inject neurotransmitter.
Hey,
We're losing
I'm
it.
fine. My head's been killing me lately. I've been seeing things. This is one hell of a job, let me tell you.
It won't hurt, soldier. You won't even remember a thing.
Oh boy.
hallucinations are serious business. Well, I am a neurosurgeon. I can probably help if everything ends well.
No thanks.
If everything
A
ends
little
well.
vacation will fix me right up. I mean, if this all ends well.
Fine.
Listen, about Victor,
Listen, about Victor,
What? Did you have no choice? You couldn't have acted differently? Will you now tell me that you're sorry? What?
I am sorry.
I am sorry.
Well, I'm not. I should be, but Victor, no other outcome was possible. It wasn't even quite him at that point. I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, you can only have your head attached to your body so many times, right? Before it starts to take its toll. I just don't feel comfortable around these people.
I just don't feel comfortable around these people.
Huh, well, just you wait. Soon this is gonna happen all over the Soviet Union, and later the whole world. Then you'll see all people stripped of their free will.
You know, free will doesn't guarantee that a person won't be a scumbag.
What? Are you justifying atrocities?
Atrocities? What atrocities? If they're volunteers, coming here was their choice. It's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, do you believe they were volunteers?
Affirmative. That's enough. I'm too busy to chat right now.
Very well. Enjoy the view.
But I mean, also, like, they were probably told something, you know, that they were going to help out their country or whatever, without actually telling them specifically what they were getting into. I mean, most people are willing to help others, but if they don't have all the knowledge, I don't see anybody agreeing to this, knowing everything about it that they could possibly know. Got some loot. Let's get it. And it looks like we got a terminal to read as well. So my whole thought earlier, whenever they were talking about it, so there was how many groups that had to be experimented on, essentially, until they had a working model for collective. So if their brains or their minds are used kind of as the whole neural network for the entirety of collective, in order to maintain collective and keep it working, they would need, so as the human volunteers, the quote-unquote volunteers, would die, they would need to replace them with others, right? So essentially, you're dooming an endless amount of volunteers for this quote-unquote greater good. Like, doesn't really seem like it's like it's a good idea. Data deleted. Comrade Savuchin will no longer be under surveillance. The man is no longer working anyway, so I say let him head back to his precious Moscow if he wants. Miracles are rare, but they do happen. The holidays are coming up anyway. Long distance microphone recording. A recording of a conversation between D. Sechenov and V. Petrov has been appended to this message at M. Stockhausen's request. So this is Sechenov and Petrov talking.
Comrade Sechenov, Collective's control interface has to be reconfigured so it can only control robots.
Guess what?
I won't allow this device to be used to control human minds.
Victor, we're men of science. There's no room at the facility for emotions or politics.
Ice cream!
Follow your order.
Thank you!
Listen, Comrade Sechenov, I don't have
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Wise intellect setting the course for all mankind. What I do have a problem with is who you see in the role of Demiurge.
So this is about personal relations.
Whoever told you were the worthiest of the worthy, huh? Who put you in charge of history? Do you think you're better than everyone else?
I see that all that romantic melodrama at the theater has had a real effect on you. Shall I assume you're refusing a direct order?
Yes, I am. Now what? Are you going to kill me?
Victor, I don't know what you think of me, but I would never stoop
Victor.
to something so primitive.
Is it time for bed? Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate it. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to finish the main story here tonight. We'll see. It depends on, because it is almost 1 o'clock here in the morning, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna start uploading all of this entire playthrough up to YouTube. Knock on wood, provided none of the music gets me into any hot water. So I'll be posting that. I gotta start working on that here pretty soon. So I was waiting until I got at least through the main story to start working on it. I'm concerned when I start to upload it that I'm gonna run into some copyright issues with music, even though I have stream remote on. So we'll see. I can't promise it, but I always do leave the highlights of the VODs up on Twitch. So, but again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thanks for the ice cream and the GG over on TikTok. Have a great night, Rockhen. Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow with part 8 of Horizon Zero Dawn, starting around 7:30 Eastern as well. So excited to jump back into Aloy's shoes for a little bit. But again, have a fantastic evening. We'll be back tomorrow night too. All right, let's see. Now, was that him talking to Petrov's disembodied head after they collected it? I guess not. This would have been before that, because we kept hearing robot sounds. So I was trying to place exactly where that fit in the grand scheme of things. Although that was him talking about, like, well, who basically picked you as the leader and to have that much power. So I'm thinking that was before Petrov went off the rails and set all the robots off. I'm assuming. Okay, can I get into... Why am I walking so slow, by the way? That's weird. I guess I can only go one way. Gotta follow her. Whoa. To pretty colors.
Resist, my darling. Resist.
Ah, fuck. I'm
Whoa.
so sick of these goddamn hallucinations.
Do you see colorful spots before your eyes?
Yes.
Does your perception of the world change?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what this shit is?
You were crossing into limbo, but it can't be stopped. How did you interrupt it?
I don't know. It's like that lump of polymer is calling out to me. A big, teardrop-shaped one. Right there, straight above us. Do you see it?
There's nothing there.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's a
I'm looking
polymer
right
blob,
at it.
you know.
Oh, crap. Now it's gone.
It's a hallucinatory reaction, a side effect of the surgery you underwent. The reaction of a damaged brain to the presence of a neuropolymer implant.
Huh.
What are you even talking about? What implant?
Did Sechenov not tell you? So you don't know what's happening to you?
Nope.
Charles, do you know what's happening with my head?
I am not detecting any internal changes, Major. But your Voskhod polymer extension is clearly receiving an unidentified stream of external data.
Interesting.
What's that interface? Who are you talking to?
It's a chatting artificial librarian, an AI in my polymer glove. It doesn't matter. Charles, what are you talking about?
Charles?
Wait.
Charles?
What data? What Voskhod polymer extension?
Oh,
The
sunrise.
Voskhod polymer
Okay.
extension was developed using data from experiments conducted by Dmitri and myself.
What? Yourself? And why are you calling Dr. Sechenov Dmitri? Who are you?
Comrade Major, this will be difficult to explain. I am...
Charles, why the fuck are you all staticky? What the hell is going on?
Some
Keep it
weird's
together, Major.
happening.
If what I'm thinking is true, I should be able to access the archive right now. There will be records about you.
So Charles is not what he seems.
State your name and personal access code.
Crispy critters.
Invalid name.
Fine, I'll hack him.
Not
Crispy
so fast.
critters.
Name Cheriton Zaharov. Code Fluffy.
Code accepted. Access
Fluffy?
Charles, are you there?
Nothing?
Nothing. So, what is Charles then?
Long
Yes.
story short, your Charles is Professor Cheriton Zaharov.
I
Oh.
was short. So how could he be Zaharov?
Professor Zaharov was developing the collective subsystems and worked on the module. The one you have inside you.
Dun dun
They told
dun.
us he ran a number of experiments on himself. The result was disastrous and unpredictable.
On himself?
Oh boy.
Was he an idiot or something?
Oh, he certainly wasn't an idiot. Zaharov was a misanthrope obsessed with science. I don't think he cared about what happened to his body all that much.
So when did you realize that Charles is Zaharov?
So when did you realize that Charles is Zaharov?
Just about right now, when he went offline. I had no idea Sechenov had stashed his consciousness into your glove. It was the abbreviation Charles that tipped me off.
Ah. So Charles isn't a person anymore, just a device?
So Charles isn't a person anymore. Just a device.
I don't know, I guess he is. Except this device is based on the logical paradigm and experience of one of the brightest Soviet geniuses.
So why does Sechenov want him?
Because Sechenov never dismisses what he can use. It's easier for him to change everything to fit his needs. I guess you noticed this already. What's funny is that you seem to have made friends with your glove.
Well, we've been through a lot. I've got feelings, you know, being alive and all. So does he.
Did.
How can you talk about this so calmly?
How can you talk about this so calmly?
To me, Chariton Radionovich died a long time ago. I'm done mourning him. And besides, I'm a scientist. We're more impassionate towards death than to muddling one's brains.
No, seems legit. So how do we get in?
So, how do we get in?
Only a small bunch of people have permanent access to the archive. Sechenov, Lebedev, the director of the academy, and Zaharov. Like you reminded me.
Fluffy, huh?
Fluffy.
So what would we have done if the password hadn't worked?
I'm sure you would have smashed the door with your bare fists. But now Archivist thinks I am Dr. Zaharov, so we got lucky. And now we can learn everything about you. Let's go.
Okay, this is the lore dump, everybody.
Welcome, Chariton Zaharov. What is the subject of your query today?
Agent P3, personal file.
Your search returned 42 audio records.
Huh.
So, which one do you want first?
I couldn't care less.
Then pick one at random.
Bring Larissa a record. Oh, okay. So I need to find records. Let's start up here. Read some stuff and things. Fix this ASAP. I've gone over the materials for the Science and Life article, but in nature there's no competition within the same species, only among different species. A wolf eats a rabbit, but a rabbit doesn't eat another rabbit. It eats grass. Nor does wheat get in the way of other wheat. But wheatgrass, saltbush, and sow thistle are all different species. So if they show up somewhere where wheat is growing, they will take its food and compete with it. Who wrote this nonsense? Are you trying to embarrass the entire Soviet Union with this crap? Wow. Complaint. Dear Comrade Semishev, I am utterly stunned by your careless attitude to the censorship of materials that have been published following your consultation in the number of periodicals. References to the complex is cut off from real life or having a poor connection to our production facilities are simply false. Vavilov Complex is, first and foremost, a scientific institution that operates according to a specific plan. Our theoretical work is bound up in the most substantial way with practical issues related to seed cultivation and the facility's future designs. A man would have to be blind to deny the enormous accomplishments Vavilov's team has made in so little time and under such trying circumstances. The Institute's research is laying the foundation necessary to develop a real-world project to conquer new worlds. Going forward, please be more mindful of how our work is depicted in print. Vavilov. Let's see. Looks like a bunch of information about different seeds, which I won't read all those. P.S. Double check this data, especially about the dandelions. It's clearly in error. What are we supposed to do with 40 tons of dandelions on Mars? Make dandelion wine? Wow, that is a lot of dandelions. Goodness. To submit to the archive, Project Hemlock has been halted and deemed unfit for further study. You are hereby informed that all materials pertaining to Hemlock are to be cataloged as top secret under designation A-2, organized and filed in the appropriate sections. Any further references to it in any other documents are to be redacted via the standard system. Be especially mindful of information about any employees who are allegedly injured during the project. Delete the names of all casualties. So that's in relation to the, was it the Nevelovs? Something like that? Excerpt from Life magazine. Despite its secrecy, argentum, silver in Latin, has already become the stuff of legend in a number of European and American publications. Journalists are surprised by its extremely small staff, its incredible training and equipment, and its name, which is very atypical of the Soviet Union. You've got to admit, compared to abbreviations like SMERSH and NKVD, it comes off as odd and clumsy. Rumors vary. The squad soldiers are described either as enormous red-eyed bears who eat children or athletic blonde supermen, one of whom would have driven Hitler to dissolve the Reich and admit the German Übermensch's defeat. Wow. They are a mystery and will remain one, but we can say this much for certain. Argentum is currently the best trained Special Forces squad on Earth, and given the Soviet Union's plans, it could become the best trained squad in the solar system before long. Because that was the whole thing. They were trying to figure out like a way to be sustainable on other planets and in space. Let's see. This one's to Dr. Sechenov. Archived conversation. Comrade Sechenov, following the events in Bulgaria, agents Blesna and Plutonium have both returned in a coma. They are in a vegetative state and are not connected to the neural network. No signs of consciousness have been observed. Awaiting your orders. Article by Tom Wolfe. Regarding your request for excerpts about the facility from foreign media. From the Washington Post, May 8th, 1955. The Soviet Union's Steel Frame by Tom Wolfe. Universal roboticization of the Soviet Union can be considered a most curious case of modern hypocrisy. Ignoring any populist questions about whether or not robots that pass the Turing test have personal identities, I am merely pointing out how absurd, and at the same time sinister, the widespread use of this workforce is. Judge for yourselves. A nation whose guiding light is an ideology that embraced equality and strives to end the exploitation of workers and peasants by capital, has now subordinated an entire army of soulless machines that can satisfy its every whim. I don't know anything about Collective 2.0, but I'd say the Soviet Union is capitalism 2.0 writ large. The only question is when these robots will demand equal rights of themselves and how bloody the revolution will be. That's a good point. The acceleration of evolution. Despite all their talent and indisputable success achieved by Vavilov's research assistants, there is a concern regarding an issue that, while predictable, can only confirm in practice. This problem is more profound than preparing seeds for inhospitable conditions on other planets. Unlike scientists, evolutionary mechanisms do not make predictions or evaluate risk. They simply function, culling the weak and rewarding the strong. Dozens or even hundreds of factors will affect the growth and development of its cultures, so it makes sense to suggest that, while working with the genetics of plants, we should begin by breeding them for faster growth and renewal, rather than trying to foresee every minor detail about them. We just need to give evolution a shot in the arm, and it'll do the rest for us. Which is how it's always been, by the way. I do remember this room being a bit of a lore dump, though. Which I'm here for. I love, like, additional world building and all that. Ooh, what do we get here? We got some info on P3, I think. Lecture by A, is it Kaimov? Speaker. When I give talks in the Soviet Union and allied countries, I'm often asked whether it makes sense to focus scientific progress on making fundamental changes to the human race. We could, for example, teach people to change the properties of their skin in order to make it more resistant to heat or cold, or regrow lost limbs like certain reptiles, or control their biochemistry on a basic level. In other words, to rephrase a well-known thesis, should we strive for, quote, evolution in the individual? From the room, skeptical laughter. Speaker, my answer is no. I admit that this is a defeatist attitude, but my objection does not lie in some bourgeoisie conception of man as the pinnacle of creation. We have access to a powerful technology, and yet we should not alter ourselves to suit our environment. This would be a step backwards. Instead, we must perfect science in order to fully subjugate nature itself, whether it be here on Earth or somewhere else. Club minutes. Debate club minutes. Maintaining the high level of technology Soviet science has achieved obviously requires people of profound intellect. That is why the fear that a situation could arise in which technology allows society to become stupider is irrational. Which stupider in itself is grammatically not correct, but okay. I'll allow it for right now, I suppose. Sorry, the former English major in me. Otherwise, this level of technology would be ultimately unsustainable. But if this threatens to divide mankind into two different groups, a smaller group with big brains that does all the intellectual activity, and another, a massive group with tiny brains that either does the simplest job or does nothing at all, because machines do everything for them. This is a pretty gloomy future, but is even possible. This is exactly why the population's ideological education needs to be our #1 priority. So that's a good point. So if you have one group that does all the thinking, then we kind of lose our practice. We don't use our brains anymore, right? more stupid. Hey, they're more stupid in it. No topic. Get over here right now, please. Something's wrong. Uh-oh. Dumb and Dumber? Please change the workspace assignments for Y and M Klimov and put them as far from each other as possible. Despite these employees' excellent professional qualifications, their productivity plummets if they are able to converse with one another. Employees have been complaining about their loud laughter and inappropriate jokes. You should be ashamed of yourself. I am shocked. While things at the facility usually shock me in a good way, this time I am simply outraged. The latest innovations in analyzing the structure of the future have allowed your lab assistants to make predictions of incredible accuracy and importance. And what are they doing? That's right. They're logging into our systems to hear the latest music from the radio of the future. I have no intention of disparaging the achievements of this project. Hearing music that will not be written for 30 or 40 years is truly a scientific marvel, but only for the layman. Your employees are men of science, not greasers in leather jackets and tight jeans. If anyone else comes here to save themselves a copy of the latest Billie Eilish song, I'll cut off access for a month. Oh my god. Oh my god. They were talking about Billie Eilish. This is like 1950 something, isn't it? Oh man, that also is another BioShock reference. That's in BioShock Infinite. There's the whole thing with, because you can pass through ripples of time, Elizabeth was able to hear stuff like the Beach Boys, and Tears for Fears, stuff that didn't exist until much, much later. Because if I recall correctly, wasn't Infinite set in around the time of the Civil War? Somewhere in there, or maybe was it the French and Indian War? I can't remember. It was a long time before any of that music, that's for sure. Missing components. Despite the obvious importance of the entire archive for Facility 3826, I've been unable to get authorization for additional shipments of superconductor material for over a year now. Before the accident, Comrade Zaharov promised to solve the problem via his personal channels. My question to you, Comrade Supervisor, is do you have any such channels of your own? And could you perhaps solve this problem for me? If not, the entire system might go belly up someday. That doesn't sound good. Archived conversation number 19 to Sechenov. The agent's tastes have yielded impressive results. While immersed in limbo, this seemingly fragile young woman literally becomes an invincible fighter. The implications for training sabotage specialists, as well as our overall approach to secrecy, are enormous. The fighter's memory could literally be wiped without harming their skills or personality. The term sleeper agent will take on a whole new meaning very soon. Doesn't say who it's from, though. Data deleted.
Nechayev has emerged from his year in rehab a new man.
That's us.
With new habits and behaviors. For example, he's become fond of a certain euphemism.
Crispy critters!
Crispy critters. It all started after one of the medics described him and Blesna as crispy critters during his recovery.
Oh.
He was still in a coma at the time. He suddenly leaped out of bed and nearly strangled the medic to death. The staff subdued him by shouting, "We're under fire," after which Plutonium ducked for cover, hit his head, and passed out. Ever since then,
so he was Plutonium.
Has become part of his vocabulary. Could it be an example of psychological imprinting?
I do like that they included lore behind why he says crispy critters, though. Because I know a lot of people are like, why does he continually say crispy critters? It's so annoying. But it actually makes sense in terms of the story. It's not just like they throw it in just to be funny or whatever. Like, it actually has a point. Upgrade message number 7. Comrade Privalov, is there any way to automate cataloging on a software level? According to my calculations, I spend between 5 and 7% of the time it takes me to do my paperwork filing in dates and numbers. As a result, I waste about 47 minutes every day, which adds up to about 1,260 minutes per work a month, or about 21 hours. That's 2.5 work days I could be spending more efficiently. Have you lost your minds over there? Do something about this right away. P.S. I went to the psychologist for a checkup as requested. In total, my sessions took 11 hours, but 2 of which were spent on smoke breaks. The psychologist found no deviations. Yeah, like, it makes sense why he says it so much. It's interesting. I'm gonna find all the records and then we'll go speak to Larissa again. It just makes things easier. About the article. Wow, there's a lot to read. I forgot there was so much to read. Here's my opinion on your article on the culture of instant messaging. All in all, I think it's well written, it's succinct, and it does a good job of explaining the concept of developing faster ways to transmit text. The comparison to mail, then to the telegraph, then to the telephone, and then finally the terminal system is quite good. However, your frivolous dalliance with depicting emotions via text seems entirely out of place or even theatrical. How do you imagine people will use punctuation to fill a text-based message with emotional content? People still don't even understand the difference between a dash and a hyphen, or a comma and a semicolon. But you want them to start using these characters to communicate their mood? It's truly absurd. Get rid of it. No, you killed emojis! Oh! Ekaterina, I read what you wrote about using a colon and a parentheses to make a smiley face. It's a cute idea, but Privalov will never approve of something like that. I think you'd be better off doing it a different way. Remember how people used to abbreviate words in telegrams? Maybe if you want to show you're happy, you could write hap. And if you feel sad, you could just write sad. Think it over. XOXO, Maria. Archived conversation number 10. So this is from Professor Zakharov to Sechenov. Dmitri, I read your plan to install me in an implantable module. I value your persistence, but I must repeat yet again, I have no desire for arms, legs, hair, or the need to waste time eating and going to the bathroom. I'm fine, Dimitri. But your weak-minded desire to anthropomorphize everything under the sun is making me uneasy. Instead of thinking about how to put me into the head of some muscle-bound member of the Communist Youth League, why don't you find a way to cast off the burden of your own aging flesh? You were Sag. Why? Because he he tried to kill off emojis. Can you imagine what life would be like without emojis? Excerpt from Technology for Kids. From a comprehensive article, Technology for Kids, about the facility. In the West, smart, educated people call us Homo Sovieticus. They're proud to have discovered this type of person, so they came up with this nice name. They also use this name to humiliate us and put us down. They don't realize we've done something more. We were the first to breed this type of person, but in the West, all they can do is come up with new words for things. And they think this contribution to history is much more important than our accomplishments. The West's high opinion of itself is deserving of ridicule. P.S. At Sechenov's request, find references to Homo Sovieticus throughout the entire database and change it to Homo Futurum in every instance. Interesting. So much reading, y'all. Thank you for sticking with me. The Turing test, number 238.
Yes, it's part of the experiment. You won't see anyone. Not me, not anyone else. Okay, subject. You will now have a conversation with two young women. Their names are Betsy.
That's me.
And Olga.
Betsy and Olga.
Hello.
I need you to talk to them and tell me which of the young ladies you spoke to is not a human being, but an artificially generated voice.
Oh no.
Is that clear?
Which one's AI?
Sure. I get it.
You may begin.
So, Betsy, do you have any kids?
I'm afraid not. But I want to have two when I finish my internship in about 3 years or so.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know. Betsy doesn't sound like a real human.
Okay. Could you ever kill someone?
Me? I don't know. Maybe if they were an enemy or trying to hurt people. Yeah, I guess I could do it to protect the motherland.
See, that one sounds more
We're
human.
done here. So, which of the two young women you spoke with is a machine?
I think it's Betsy. Yes.
So, you think Olga is human?
That makes sense to me.
Please note that I never told you that either of them was human.
Oh, snap.
So they're both machines?
Actually, none of the individuals you've spoken to during this experiment are human.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for your time. Please escort the subject out.
Well, that's creepy. That's creepy. Raven 1. The Raven 1 satellite was launched into orbit, but we were immediately notified that it had malfunctioned. That's the official version anyway. The unofficial version is more complicated. The Plush samples on the orbiting satellite began to behave in a completely unexpected fashion in zero gravity, and independently terminated communications with Earth. Wait, there's Plush in space? 2 years later, in 1957, we're planning to send a remote-controlled module disguised as another satellite to shed some light on these events. But until then, Raven 1 will be described as a failed, shuttered project in all official documents. Oh man. There's those Plush things running around in space. Yikes. Alright, archive conversation number 51. Plutonium is to be removed from Argentum. He will report directly to me. As for this linguistic oddity of his, leave it be. It'll give him elements of a new personality. Perform the necessary operations, install the module, and put him in a hospital room under surveillance. We could always turn a positive into a negative. Crispy critters. What's with these cartoons? Who are you planning to show this to? I can't deny that the Pioneer is excellent, and the Capitalist is also extremely convincing. But did you even read the assignment? They were supposed to be cute little cartoons about Argentum's amazing equipment, so every schoolboy would dream of becoming not only a cosmonaut, but also a stalwart defender of the motherland. But you've got blood, guts, and death all over the screen. Does this really seem cute to you? Does it seem like light entertainment for kids? Regardless, some parts are certainly amusing, but these cartoons simply won't do. You need to redo them from scratch. The composer will get a promotion, and the director will be sent to work at the Vavilov complex. If we remember, I think if you went to the Vavilov complex, you didn't come out, basically. It was Bad News Bears.
I only need one for now.
Oh, do I seriously have to do this one at a time? Alright, we'll do this one at a time, I suppose. Here you go, Larissa.
Try this one.
Commencing playback.
The events in Bulgaria left the agents badly injured. Technically speaking, they were clinically dead. Agent Blesna could not be saved. Since Agent Plutonium's condition was...
He's all metal.
It was possible to return him to combat readiness.
He's literally all metal.
His nearly destroyed limbs had to be amputated and replaced with the latest prostheses.
He's like he's like RoboCop.
My body's prosthetic. What else is new?
These are just general observations. Find another recording.
Yeah, he's like RoboCop.
Here's another one.
Let's see, we have any more terminals up here to read? There's one here. Doubts. As you know, I'm extremely old, and believe me, as a man who has dedicated his entire life to the science of life itself, no one is more surprised by this than me. What I mean to say is that the seduction of longevity, which I am subject to, and to which I have no doubt any living being would similarly have pursued, now seems monstrous to me. Back then, when I first met Dmitry Sechenov as a patient on his operating table, I could never have imagined I might feel weighed down by the burden of the life he worked so hard to save. No, my friend. There is no joy in a long life, much less an eternal one. Like a shark living in icy waters for half a millennium, I am now swimming in the incessant flow of life, able only to observe the achievements of colleagues whose names I can barely recall, trying to remember those who came before and whose names are lost forever to history. This lengthy foreword leads me to my conclusion, Comrade Nikitin. Your request to undergo life-extending procedures is officially denied. Please do not pursue this matter any further. There is no point. Wow. That's a crazy thing to think about, right? So if the technology ever existed to prolong lives, like what kind of quality of life would you have? Because as your body would deteriorate, your mind would inevitably deteriorate to a certain extent. It wouldn't even be worth it, right? I don't know. That is a very in-depth conversation that I could not have in, 30 seconds, obviously. But it's fascinating to consider, what would happen. Let's see, experimental department and individual data from May to June reporting period. Okay, so it's a bunch of different animals and such. I won't read that one. Troubling issue. Vivisection is a cruel procedure that is justly considered unethical. When I begin an experiment that will result in the death of an animal, I feel a profound sense of regret at cutting short an exuberant life and acting as the executioner of another living being. When I cut into and violate a living animal, I must smother within myself the biting reproach that I am, with my coarse and disrespectful hand, breaking a machine of transcendent artistry. But I do this in the pursuit of truth, to help my fellow man. However, in recent years, I've begun to suspect that certain similar experiments are being conducted at the complex without my knowledge, of course. Not on animals, but on that fellow man himself. Due to my frailty and hectic schedule, I have been unable to confirm these suspicions, for which reason I request that you immediately send me any archival information about any such acts transpiring on the premises. Needless to say, if this practice does in fact exist, I mean to nip it in the bud. So that was from Pavlov to Nikitin. Wait a minute. Confidential. Vitaly, you know that Comrade Pavlov has been a little anxious lately, and I'm aware that he keeps sending you requests for archival data on various projects from Pavlov. especially on the threshold of the launch of Collective 2.0. So I've got a little request for you, Comrade Pavlov. Is, shall we say, getting on in years. We should try to keep his worries to a minimum. He's a talented scientist, but he's become painfully sentimental in recent years. If you get any requests regarding particularly complex issues, just stall him for a bit and tell me right away. I'll make it worth your while. A certain dissonance. Progress by leaps and bounds has become typical of humanity in this challenging 20th century. Against the background of tremendous inequality, breakthroughs in science and technology can seem not just astonishing, but even insulting. But this is a sociological and political matter. Right now, I want to contemplate the issue of the individual who, feeling himself in a state of accelerated freefall, is being flung forward faster and faster by progress, much like the pseudo-scientific fears voiced when the railroads were being built, when the suggestion was actually made that the sight of the landscape whizzing by at 50 kilometers per hour would drive passengers mad. I am beset by similar predictions. Just 25 years ago, more than half of all Soviet citizens were illiterate. Today, we are flying into space. What awaits us tomorrow? Will we have time to catch our breath before our next great leap? Data deleted. What do we got here?
As a young man, Plutonium, now P3, was confident and funny, which played a key role in his assignment to Argentum. He was a promising operative, but lagged behind many other candidates in a number of ways. However, the positive influence and infectious good humor he imparted to his fellow servicemen, especially in comparison to the more morose Commander Kuznetsov, served as a compelling reason to recruit him. Because of this, the emergence of a more intimate relationship between him and Agent Blesna was only a matter of time.
Top secret archived chronology of the Zakharov incident, quote unquote. So this is from Zakharov to Sechenov. You don't understand me, or is that you don't want to? Or are you afraid of losing the man who will give you your, quote, brilliant future? No, I'm not particularly fond of the human race you love so dearly, but that's not the reason, Dmitri. I'm the only one who can sort out all the finer points from the inside. The implant can only be configured and analyzed from within the subject's consciousness. No test subject, whether it be a rat or even a human being, can perform this kind of research. You are preventing me from continuing my work. So Zakharov and Sechenov were kind of at odds, it seems. Seems like Zakharov was kind of seemed like a little mad science-y, you know, slightly.
Okay, play this one.
Commencing playback.
Following his recovery, the agent's personality was altered significantly, including his behavioral and speech patterns. Because of this, I made the decision to remove the agent from the Argentum unit. In order to prevent any possibility of memory recidivism, Plutonium received a new call sign,
P3,
and is now under my direct command and observation. P3's contact with Argentum has been kept to a minimum, and Argentum personnel have been warned against mentioning the call sign Blesna in P3's presence.
Crispy. I'll get another one.
Crispy.
Sechenov has you on a leash. He does whatever he wants with you.
Listen, Doc, he saved my life. Do you think I don't know I'm a test subject?
Yeah.
That's my job.
So you're a volunteer, huh?
Yeah, really.
Then why are you such a disobedient test subject?
Because before they always told me what they were doing. I'll go get another recording.
Okay. Important message from lab assistant Klimov. Oh, let's go. B2. Miss, A10. Miss, give up already, B10. Are they playing like Battleship or something? Are you nuts? Do you really think I can't see what you're doing from up here? Why are you using your workspace to play Battleship? It was Battleship! You sunk my battleship. They told me not to let the Klimov brothers work together, but I didn't listen. If I see this again, I'll keep one of you here and the other one transferred to Vavilov to plant potatoes. Get back to work. Archive conversation number 7. So this is Zaharov to Sechenov again. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, Dmitri. I don't want a new body. And it has nothing to do with me, quote, putting on airs, as you put it. There's just no point. I'm much more productive in this state. It's simply more practical and useful for myself and for you. You already have your Ekaterina dolls following you around. Leave me be. Oh. Rough draft. Add some conclusions at the end. It's really dry. Just a little while ago, what if conversations were, at best, the purview of statisticians and analysts, depending on the topic in question. But today, thanks to Lebedev's quantum systems, predicting alternate histories has literally become a science. This has allowed us to get a very accurate report on the history of the Soviet Union and the World War II if the party had not approved Sechenov's project to roboticize our troops in the late 30s. This theoretical report has received the designation 5P at the Academy of Consequences. Stage 1, defeat. Due to the novelty of the technology and the weak adaptation of our manufacturing capabilities, the robots turn out to be unable to resist the Wehrmacht's forces, and initial casualties are colossal. The Soviet Union loses all of its territory up to Moscow. Stage 2, regrouping. Toward the middle of the war, human casualties and pressures from the Reich become so great that the Red Army's only salvation lies in building more advanced combat robots in order to make up for lost soldiers. The process of manufacturing new combat robots is reformed and enhanced in the Urals and Siberia. Stage 3, respite. Seeing the Soviet Union's defeat and refusing to believe in upcoming robot upgrades, Allied troops concentrate their forces and become more aggressive. Since they understand the Red Army will no longer be cannon fodder in the European war, the Reich halts its advance deep into the Soviet Union and switches to the Western Front. Stage 4, breaking point. Massive battalions of robotic troops with various functions carry out highly effective sudden attacks, reclaiming our captured territory in a matter of weeks. In the winter, their mobility and lack of reliance on food and medicine give the Soviet machines a massive advantage. Stage 5, victory. Even before the creation of the V-2 rocket and the failure of the Brown Plague, Soviet robots liberate most of Europe. Since the world's population is never reduced by illness, we find ourselves in a fragile world where a weakened Soviet Union is forced to rely on the might of its technology. Let's see. I don't know if there's one here. I'm going to wait because I want to look around a little bit. I don't know how many tapes there are. And I don't want to kick the story off without getting everything, you know? All that juicy lore that we are here for. And loot. It's interesting that only like a handful of all of these desks have loot in them. E3's starting to hear some weird stuff too. Although I find it interesting that there was a mention of him, you know, not using the codename Blesna in his presence. I mean, he seemed to hear it and it didn't, like, nothing seemed to trigger in his mind. Interestingly enough. Creepy. Hi, Christina. I left 2 devices on overnight. An Anfisa and a Lighthouse. I usually use them to test speech-based inter-system communication protocols. I wanted them to just exchange phrases, then keep going based on the progressive Turing method. Here are the results. It's pretty creepy. I'll probably just wipe one of them tonight. Was it not playing? There we go.
Oh,
You've got a very large data exchange sector, Beacon.
Oh.
I'd like to interface with it right now.
Okay.
When I analyze the dimensions of your
Oh no!
I experience an overload in my neurocomposite architecture, Betsy. My system's
Oh dear.
processors have begun to consume a large quantity of electricity.
Yeah, this is creepy.
I demand that you interface with my system immediately and transmit all your data to me in large packets.
Oh wow!
That kind of connection can be dangerous, Betsy. You know,
oh, it's Betsy!
A digital sign of my presence. Please, can you wait while I activate a firewall?
No, Beacon, I don't want to wait any longer. Sorting your data through a firewall will make information exchange less pleasurable. Please accept my access protocol right away.
Quiet, Betsy. A scientist is approaching.
A scientist is approaching.
God damn it.
What do we have here? Stop recording.
Well, that was something. Why VDNH a giraffe? We still need to think about all the names since terms come about naturally, just like slang. But for now, here are our orders regarding articles. We could use the following terms. Intergram or Soyuz system, a unified information field that can be accessed via a computer terminal. A slide, a unit of informational space in the system. Try not to use the term page under any circumstances. It's unprofessional. Application. A small program that grants the user access to a certain function. Do not use the following terms. Social network. Soviet Union users do not have access to any networks, socialist or otherwise. Come up with something clearer. A glitch. What kind of word is this anyway? It sounds like nonsense. Use error, malfunction, or some other normal word. Stylus. I keep seeing this bourgeoisie faux Latin word. Use pen or light pen instead. Interesting. To submit to the archive. While designing the latest Android models, we've had to focus not only on utilitarian tasks, but also on commercial viability. Our products are exported all over the world and they need to look and feel like something from the Soviet Union. In other words, we need to focus on what the Americans call design. We spent a long time discussing what elements will be the most recognizable when it comes to robots' names, designs, functions, etc. Then all these ballerinas, Natashas, and such started showing up. Everything from a robot's appearance to its quality should scream made in the USSR. Archived conversation 25 from Sechenov to Petrov. Attention equipment manager, provide me with 2 prototype ballerina bodies and disconnect them from the neural network. Delete their AI modules. I need 2 blank robots without any control systems. Interesting. Incorrect terms. Comrade. Wow, I don't even know how to begin to pronounce that one. We're going to say Comrade Y, because that one's a mouthful. I've been seeing more sloppy use of terms in our publications again. Remember, robot, quote-unquote, is a general term for any manufactured mechanism based on robotics. It's an automatic device designed to perform various mechanical operations that acts according to a previously established program. An android is a humanoid robot with various functions. You keep mixing up every robot that can communicate with an android. Please be more mindful of this. The term biorobot has been prohibited by Comrade Sechenov himself and may not be used in any way. Words like automaton, doll, and machine have no place in our publications. Let's see, I think there was one more terminal. This one over here. About Naushkin. This is really cruel, Maria. I get it. Naushkin is a pig, but this is just unprofessional. What if he actually goes to the supervisor, or even worse, Sechenov, and starts talking about how his work is magically cataloging itself? And when they see he's doing it all, and find out it's just a nasty prank, what are you going to tell him? that Nalshkin seduced you in Gagra and wouldn't marry you, so you started sabotaging the lab? You need to stop. If anyone asks me about this, I won't cover for you. It's happening again. I'm serious, Maria. It's happening again. My catalogs are splitting up and restructuring themselves on their own. I measured it. I've got a spreadsheet. I think the whole entire archive is operating like collective, only separately. What if we accidentally created a self-learning system that can think and make decisions? I mean, with all the other insane stuff going on here, does that really sound that crazy? I'm going to try to run a reverse Turing test on it. I haven't slept in 72 hours, but if I'm right, we're all getting a promotion. P.S. Sorry again about what happened last winter. From Sechenov. Agents Blesna and Plutonium are extremely valuable employees. Saving their lives is a top priority. I will perform the operation myself. Congratulations! On behalf of facility management and myself personally, I'd like to congratulate you all on a magnificent beginning to this reporting period. Our close-knit team has proven yet again that a spirit of camaraderie and efficient teamwork can yield stunning results. In regard to the aforementioned, it's my pleasure to announce that this month every archive employee will receive a bonus, and in the interest of enlightenment, everyone will also receive complimentary tickets to director Lashtikin's theatrical performance. Contact the venue for details. Thank you, comrades. Huh. Okay. So I think that's the last... Oh, wait. I still got a whole other side here. Whoops. There's so much lore in this room. It's insane. So again, thank you for sticking with me as I read everything. But I think it's important to provide context, of course, to really make sense of the lore in the game. By actually reading through it, you know? Plus looting. This side has a lot of terminals in it. I think there's 4 different records, if I remember correctly. Are you willing to die? Then you're our man. Despite the march of progress, one fact remains. Flying to the Red Planet is a risky, dangerous proposition. Who are the people who will bring the light of humanity to Mars for us all? I think that the first trips to Mars will be very, very dangerous. The risk of a lethal outcome will be high, but it can't be helped. Are you willing to die? Then you're our man. How would you describe this mission? I think it's the most inspiring thing I could possibly imagine. Life should be something more than just solving everyday problems. When you wake up in the morning, you should think about the future with ecstasy. You should feel inspired and love life. Short-sightedness. At your request, I've reviewed the compilation of absurd quotations from bourgeoisie figures that have since been utterly trounced by progress and Soviet science. 1876. This telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communication. William Orton, President of Western Union. Wow, this telephone, it's never going to take off. The Americans have need of the telephone, but we do not. We have plenty of messenger boys. Sir William Price, Chief Engineer of the British Post Office. These are actual quotes, too. This is what's funny. 1889, fooling around with alternating currents, just a waste of time. Nobody will ever use it. Too dangerous. Thomas Edison. Get rid of it. We don't want to make fun of Edison. Wow, can you imagine? 1921. The wireless music box has no imaginable commercial value. Who would pay for a message sent to nobody in particular? David Sarnoff's partners, in a response to his request to invest in the radio. Mentioned the radio was invented by Alexander Popov. 1926. While theoretically and technically television may be feasible, commercially and financially it is an impossibility. Lee DeForest. Get rid of it. Our citizens don't care about commercial or financial success. 1932. There is no basis whatsoever on which to suggest that nuclear power will ever be possible. It would mean that man has learned to split the atom. Albert Einstein. Very good, but make sure Einstein actually said it. Otherwise, it'll be like his riddle. Wow. 1936. A rocket will never be able to leave the Earth's atmosphere. The New York Times. This one's simply magnificent. Their very first issue. 1946. The working man always has been and always will be, but the robot is nothing more than a flash in the pan. From Henry Ford. Oh man. Some of these are crazy. Television won't be able to hold on to any market it captures after the first 6 months. People will soon get tired of staring at a plywood box every night. Daryl Zanuck, producer and one of the founders of 20th Century Fox. Not sure about this one. Don't publish it until the party sorts out its relationships to entertainment programming. 1949. Where a calculator like ENIAC, the first computer, today is equipped with 18,000 vacuum tubes and weighs 30 tons. Computers in the future may have only 1,000 vacuum tubes and perhaps weigh only 1.5 tons. Popular Mechanics. Good. But translate the name Popular Mechanics into Russian instead of leaving it in English. 1951. There's practically no chance communication space satellites will be used to better telephone, telegraph, television, or radio service inside the United States. T. Craven, FCC Commissioner. Underscore the fact that maybe they can't do it, but we sure can. And then finally, in 1955, there's no reason for any individual to have a computer in their home. Ken Olsen, founder of Digital Entertainment Corp. Wow. An unknown feat. Andrei Rayanovsky's Unknown Feat draft of an article. For a long time, Andrei Rayanovsky's name was written off with contempt and dismay in Soviet scientific circles. As a capitalist and idealist who fled the Soviet Union and a vocal critic of the party's authority and the ideals of communism, it was obvious that a good relationship with him was seriously not possible. However, later, when Rayanovsky tellingly grew disillusioned with American ideals, his rhetoric changed, and his relationship to the motherland changed along with it. It goes without saying that this move led to a hue and cry in the West and genuine glee in Rayanovsky's homeland. Nowadays, Andrei Rayanovsky has successfully developed his deep-sea dwelling project with the aid of underwater engineers from Sakhalin, and is considered a true friend of Soviet science and Facility 3826. Interesting. Thanks for all the fish. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Needless to say, large-scale projects to conquer outer space and colonize planets are laudable and worthy of respect. Man has always reached for the stars. But let's be honest, there's nothing out there. Space is a cold, empty, inhospitable place without any hidden mysteries. All that awaits us there are resources and the satisfaction of mankind's ego. Our home is another matter entirely. I'm referring to the Earth, or more precisely, the ocean. We know less about the depths of the ocean than we do about the dark side of the moon. According to available data, only 2 to 5% of the world's oceans have been explored. That's a pretty crazy number. Evolution can't help us in space, but underwater could reveal our true potential. In this article, we will learn about the potential benefits of exploring and conquering the ocean. To put it bluntly, what's the point in flying to the far reaches of space when our own home holds many secrets than any other planet? Archived conversation number 38, from Sechenov to Stockhausen. Michael, I've been receiving very unambiguous reports about what's been going on at the theater. If even a portion of what my informants have been telling me is true, I'd like to conduct a certain experiment. Give them free rein and curtail any security measures. I want to know if even Soviet citizens and facility employees can be capable of moral failings. After 2 months, find an excuse for us to visit the place. Tell them Vavilov has achieved amazing results, and we want to celebrate it. Invite VIPs. I want to see it with my own eyes. Oh, didn't I read something on one of the other terminals on the other side of the room about that? Because they said about, like, their awesome results, and they all get to go to the theater. That's exactly what that was about. Evolution. No, revolution. The time has come to acknowledge that we are careening into the future at an amazing speed. Our scientific machine is running at full capacity, and the most talented Soviet citizens are working day and night to advance the cause of progress. But what of evolution? It remains in the distant past. The 1917 revolution demonstrated that it was possible to tear down the old and erect the new in its place. The same goes for the decrepit, monarchistic phenomenon of evolution. Now man is not just the pinnacle of creation, but a creator himself, and he has the ability and the right to alter himself in accordance with his desires. Gills for divers, wings for first responders, flame-retardant skin for firemen. This is just a small sample of what awaits us in the near future. We are no longer grist for the mill of natural selection. We are natural selection. From Comrade Sechenov's lecture to the Soviet Academy of Scientists, 1953. I don't know, that's very, very, what I want to say. The hubris involved in that. Auspicious timeline. In light of our current auspicious tendencies, we expect the following fundamental breakthroughs in the near future. 1959, widespread use of low-temperature nuclear reactions. End of the oil and gas era. Probability 87%. Wow, by 1959, huh? 1961, full-fledged human cloning. Probability 100%. Oof. 1967, transport of Martian soil to Earth. Probability 64%. 1970, last coal mine closed. End of the Stakhanov age. Probability 96%. 1971, all planets united by a single communications network. Wow, that's pretty auspicious, huh? 45 to 87% probability. 1972, destruction of nuclear weapons. Probability 13%. 1975, first space hotel and space tourism. 69% probability. Nice. 1980, money no longer used in the Soviet Union, Allied nations, and a number of Western countries. Currency replaced by megawatt hours as unit of exchange in USA. Probability 50%. That's interesting. And then here's another conversation from Vavilov to someone we don't know. Regarding the Nalyalovs, Hemlock is demonstrating a great deal of activity within Anna's body, and it is not ready to reproduce yet. As for her husband, I want you to fully exploit his potential. We cannot lose staff members. Perform the necessary operations and put him in a hospital room under surveillance. This experiment is too unique. There's only one way the plant can reproduce. If it doesn't work, we'll have to start all over again. Yikes, they were really doing some crazy stuff. I don't know that I'm going to read through. So this is the inauspicious timeline, where if everything goes south, I'm not gonna read through everything. I will slowly scroll. So later on, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can always pause and read. Let's see here. Got to be getting close to the end of the notes here. Final letter. Hypothetically speaking, thanks to today's discovery of supplementary biphoton quantum entanglement, I can actually send this letter into the past. Say 30 years ago, to myself at this very terminal. For example, I can write a message to myself dated June 9th, 1955 saying, "Run. The robots have revolted. Save yourself." Unfortunately, this is just a theory. We're actually quite far from actually communicating with the past, so I'll have to carry the memory of that day until my death 63 years from now. Wait, so this is in 1984? Wow. Data deleted. What's this?
After the incident, plutonium's brain was no longer suitable for a spark polymer extension. So I designed a similar polymer-based brain function extension for him called Voschod. Cheriton, may he rest in peace, would be pleased to hear that his designs had not been wasted.
Interesting. Review number 500. Plutonium is recovering following neural adjustment and the installation of the Voschod module. He has no memory of his wife, the events in Bulgaria, or any of the other data you indicated. He is in an extremely tenuous psychological and emotional state. As an active Argentum agent, he is already fit for duty, awaiting your orders. P.S. Unfortunately, during a key phase of the adjustment, an employee expressed sympathy with the agents, describing them as returning from their ordeal as crispy critters. This expression has since become an inextricable part of the agent's psychorhythmic and emotional background. If necessary, we could perform another adjustment in order to fix his linguistic oddity, but it would take time. And then we found out that they're just like, leave it in. Hence all the crispy critters. Okay, I think well, there's one more, I think. One more terminal. Okay, this is... Are you cheating again? You sank my aircraft carrier. Oh. You sank my submarine. What are you, symbol? If you hit an A10, there can't be anything at B10. Did you forget where you can't put ships right next to each other? Or is this gonna be like the last time? Are you nuts? Do you really think I can't see what you're doing from up here? Why are you using your workspace to play Battleship? Oh. You won't be the one planting potatoes. We'll skip that one for now. Archived conversation number 9 from Zaharov to Zaharov. So it's him again. Vice is a physiological condition. In the magnum opus of the opium of the masses, the Bible, this is demonstrated clearly, if indirectly. Man learned of vice not after eating of a mystical fruit, but after coming to know himself. The body dictates vice to us. We want to procreate, so... Ooh, I'm not reading that. So they basically become bad people. We want to eat, so we steal money and food. We want pleasure, so we surround ourselves with senseless luxury. Man is not given a vice on its own. What pushes him forward is his limited, primitive shell, which requires all that stuff. Only the brilliance of pure intellect can illuminate mankind's path forward, because man is not a body. He's a way of thinking. Radio of the future. In response to those who were curious about the radio of the future, yes, we really can listen to radio broadcasts. I know, this is like so much lore. So I appreciate everybody, you know, hanging with me while I read all this. We're almost done, though. It'll pay off, I promise. Also, welcome in, Quesadilla. Hello. Let's see. Literally, how does it work? If you read any of the previous papers, you'll find out. But you aren't really interested in the technical details, are you? You're interested in what it could do for you. You want to know if you could buy a lottery ticket knowing that it'll win or avoid a nuclear holocaust, am I right? It's not that simple. What we are hearing is a probable future. What could happen in 10, 30, or 50 years based on what's happening right now. But we have never, I repeat, never heard the same broadcast twice. A week ago, the Soviet Union crumbled in 1989 and ceased to exist as a country. This morning, we heard a presentation by the General Secretary of the Communist Party from 1999. One day, we intercepted an emergency message about the launch of nuclear missiles in 1976. I was horrified. The future does not exist yet. Please remember that. All we can hear is an echo of an infinite quantumized multivariance and extract the most frequently repeated tendencies from it. What we will actually see tomorrow is entirely in our hands. So they threw some actual, legit stuff in there. To file with the archive. Comrade Klimov, Do you seriously want to get data on an alternative timeline in which the Third Reich never invented the V2 rocket? You want to know how the world would be different? Okay, I'll tell you. It wouldn't. Do you know why? Because the invention of new weapons is called an arms race for a reason. If it's a race, that means someone has to come in first. In our history, the Germans came in first, although it didn't particularly help them. But the Americans were nibbling at their heels, as were we and the Brits. Yes, the V2 had an astonishing influence on missile design and the space program, but it was just a matter of time. Could you tell me who invented the radio? Was it Popov, Marconi, Hertz, Tesla? Do you know what's really interesting? What would have happened if the damn fascists hadn't invented that plague of theirs and mowed down half the world's population? From now on, don't bother the alternate prediction department with childish questions in the vein of who win a fight, a shark or a bear. P.S. The bear, obviously. All right, everybody, I think we finally read everything. Yay! Let's do this.
Let's give this one a spin.
Procedure. Implant the Voskhod neuropolymer brain function extension. Objective. Total elimination of destructive impulses triggered by traumatic memories. Patient, Major Sergei Nechayev. Codename, Plutonium.
Uh-oh.
Attempt number 3. The first 2 operations were unsuccessful. The patient suffered a severe brain injury in Bulgaria.
Oh, hence why he's called P3. Third attempt, essentially.
Such severity that the patient will likely have to be euthanized.
Oh, man.
He wanted to kill you.
The frontal lobes are partially destroyed, causing the patient to experience bouts of uncontrollable rage. The patient's steel prostheses render him dangerous to those around him.
Crispy critters!
About your seizures.
Due to the incidence of temporary insanity, the patient is immersed in a surreal psychedelic reality that prevents him from accepting the consequences of his aggressive behavior.
I don't get it. Can you translate for me?
You're not gonna like it.
The patient experiences intense hallucinations. Did you see your wife again, my boy? How did you know that? Yet a Voskhod implant will give the patient artificial memories and allow him to overcome his obsession with his deceased wife.
Your wife.
He didn't even remember.
Bullshit. I've never been married.
With Voskhod, we can send the agent's consciousness into the imaginary world of limbo via a pulse aimed directly at his pituitary gland, switching the Major into combat mode on command. I'd like to add that I am strongly opposed.
What a load of crap.
I
mean, there's no fucking way.
I'm afraid there is. Sechenov can send your mind to your own private paradise with the push of a button.
And my body?
Well, that's not good.
Your body will kill whoever he tells it to.
Fucking horseshit. What about the hallucinations? Are they
crispy
also
critters?
No. The hallucinations are just your brain's defense mechanism.
Why the hell should I believe any of this?
I mean, the evidence is in front of you, dude.
To me.
Yeah, right. Just like he'd never wipe your wife's existence from your memory. Just like he'd never design Collective to be a mind control system.
Who said Sechenov did any of that stuff? You can't even tell who's in that chair.
If you don't believe me, go ask him.
Dun dun dun. That would be very difficult to try to, like, reconcile in your mind, right?
What's the plan, Major?
He's waiting for us at Chelomey. If we want to stop Sechenov, we'll have to string him along.
So you bring me there as your captive, and then what?
And then we play it by ear.
And then I kick everyone's ass in this room.
So that's how it is, Major. Think it over while I try to hack this elevator and get us back to the surface.
Uh-huh. Paying attention now, dickbag?
I have no data about this incident.
Trying to make a monkey out of me, are you? Well, join the club. Don't have any data, huh? You've always known about all this. There's a reason you're called Charless, right?
Yeah.
You're Char-a-ton. Zaharov, you son of a bitch. Got an explanation? Huh?
There's nothing to explain, Major. You're just as much a Charless to me as I am a perfect stranger to you. First, Sechenov murdered me. Then he turned me into a blob of polymer goo. Then he brainwashed you and manipulated you. How could I trust either of you? That's why I pretended to be the chatting artificial librarian. I wanted to see who was who.
Yeah, well, I guess I would have done the same. So what are we gonna do now, huh?
What else can we do, Sergei? You and I are friends now, and we know the truth. We need to get to Sechenov, rectify this injustice, and get revenge for what he's done to us.
I guess you're right, Chariton.
Seems easy, huh?
Need to be done.
You're a good man, Comrade Major. I hate to say this, but you're the first functional example of an ordinary link in the collective network. On Monday, everyone who has undergone polymerization will become just as malleable as you.
Oh,
Shit,
boy.
I can't let that happen. Listen, the fucking gadget, the thought device, you can just take it off.
Unfortunately, that won't help anyone. It just makes things worse.
That's the longest elevator ever, by the way.
Because all your thoughts are useless. A polymerized person's signal will be transmitted to robots and other equipment via their thought controller. But it is not what makes them a part of collective. The thought device can be removed, but this merely prevents the wearer from being able to make calls and give orders to machines.
So how is Sechenov going to keep everybody under control?
It's the neuropolymer injection that makes people part of collective. It embeds itself in the brain and connects it to the neural network once and for all. The effect of this injection cannot be undone. Everyone who gets an injection will be part of collective forever.
Well, that's not good.
Was I really married? What was my wife's name?
Ekaterina. And you aren't going to like what I'm about to tell you, Comrade Major.
I've heard that before, but I doubt anything could surprise me now.
You and your wife served with the Argentum unit. Ekaterina, or Katya as you called her, was a highly qualified agent.
Okay.
As a child, she studied ballet and made significant achievements in both dance and martial arts.
Ballet and martial arts? Are you trying to tell me the boss is metal twins?
Oh,
no way.
wow.
This is total BS. The boss would never do something like that.
Just look at me, Comrade Major. After I died, my consciousness was transplanted into this glove. After your wife died, her consciousness could not be saved. But Sechenov uploaded an imprint of her professional skills into his bodyguard's matrices.
There's a certain set of skills.
This is... Holy shit. Fuck me, this can't be.
Crispy critters.
We've got a ride, Major. We can get out of here. Are we leaving, or is there anything else you want to know?
Well, I mean, I think we've done everything. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Find out the Academy of Consequences secret.
I'm really sorry you had to go through all this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go again.
No,
hang on, dude.
Not here.
Welp. I do say I'm not really confident that our colleague there is gonna be okay. Oh no. We are back in limbo again. Wait a second. Oh, it's okay. We're at the top of that area now. I guess I gotta go through here, or is that where I came in from?
We are all monsters in the dark, my boy. How many times have we talked about this?
Oh, we got furry legs!
From my father's library was nothing but of the knowledge I sought. I've spent my entire life putting those fragments.
Hold on. I'm gonna check out what's over here first.
And once I'd completed the
Oh, never mind.
I found a book that now prevents me from sharing my That book is human greed.
Well, this is a bunch of nightmares, huh?
People have no time to dedicate themselves to science. On the other side of the world, they're busy playing with money.
To science.
They're playing with the power of the mess. Science shattered to pieces by the husks no one has ever read. Social systems that exist now allow humanity to fully evolve.
I'm gonna get lost in here.
Get rid of money and let robots toil for us. Get rid of inequality and the lie of communism. Give people freedom of choice. Accelerate evolution. Share knowledge with everyone and combine
Are those arms?
to a single great collective.
Okay.
Science will start to flow within the minds of all the citizens of a unified nation, a great scientific union that encompasses the entire globe. Collective is the hand of goodness, and it is ready to embrace all mankind.
There's one of those cats again, or the dogs, or whatever they are.
You understand the weight of a mind deprived of knowledge better than anyone else.
That's it. Where do we go? I guess that was it. That was a quick limbo. That was a little quick little trip. Somewhere. Oh, it's Granny Xena. We haven't seen her in a while.
Finally back with us, Sonny. You took a real pounding, didn't you? You were pretty close to staying there for good.
Where?
You tell me. How am I supposed to know where you are when you're on the bloody rampage? You were a nice boy when my daughter was around, but ever since she passed away, you do nothing but sulk and fly off the handle at the drop of a hat. Nothing but blood and ripped off heads
Wait,
everywhere.
your daughter, she said?
Disgraceful.
What's your daughter got to do with me?
My Katinka. Our Katinka. They played hell with your memory, Sonny.
Lady, what are you talking about?
She was my daughter, but she was your...
Ekaterina Nechaeva, codename Blesna, member of the Argentum Spec Ops squad.
That's his mother-in-law.
So you must be...
Your mother-in-law, you stupid ignoramus. You worked for Sechenov until those Bulgarian terrorists blew you up. Katya didn't make it. Then Sechenov turned you into a monster.
Yeah, I may have heard something about that.
Why are you just sitting there if you already knew?
Wouldn't he be more upset, you would think?
Ever since. I figured there must be some humanity somewhere in you.
You would think he'd be a lot more upset.
Sorry, lady, but you figured wrong. My past, my present, it's all gone.
Or is it just the fact he doesn't remember, so...
Wait, where's Larissa?
She's everywhere.
There's no emotion behind it, in other words.
To the four winds.
Fuck. You got a gun, lady?
Lots.
Does it look like I don't have one? What would you like?
Anything'll do. I just need to blow my head off.
Great idea.
Oh, and she hit him with a
Blow your
ladle.
own damn brains out and be done
Stand
with
down,
it.
lady.
Then Sechenov could turn everyone into mindless meatbags. First the Soviet Union, then the rest of the world.
I get it.
If you get it, then get up. I'll give you weapons, lots of them.
Yes.
But only if you promise me you'll put that freak down once and for all.
Okay.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
Listen to your elders, Major. Comrade Sechenov's deeds demand vengeance.
What is this shit, Sergei?
It is me, Zinaida.
Oh.
Zaharov.
He didn't talk whenever she was around before.
In a sense, an evil wizard turned me into polymer goo.
Wait a fucking minute. Are you telling me you've known Granny Xena this whole time?
Keeping secrets can be very useful, Major. They haven't let us down yet.
Useful to who? You keeping secrets is letting me
Sechenov
down.
must be off his rocker if he's doing this kind of stuff to people. Wait a second. What about Katya, Katinka? Could she still be alive?
It's possible, but in what state? Just
Good point.
I'm not sure I'm better off, but I don't have hard data at this time.
I'm begging you, Sergei. Sechenov has to die!
Jeez, get off my back already! Crispy critters!
Crispy critters?
What's going on around here? On the one hand, I've got lying, manipulative dicks who claim to be noble avengers. On the other, I've got a Soviet scientist and member of the Academy who wants to enlighten all mankind and use me to get rid of assholes.
Yeah.
According to the manipulative dicks, that is.
Well, this dialogue, though. Okay, so here's our choice. You know what? Whatever, lady. Why don't you just show me what's in that arsenal of yours? Let's do this.
Why don't you show me what's in that arsenal of yours?
Sonny.
Okay, so we have the choice. You know what? I don't know if it's gonna let me... I'll have to see if there's a way that I can save where the autosave is. Alright, let's take a look here.
Honey, I am extremely worried about you. I think you may be in danger.
She's
The
back.
room isn't safe anymore.
No, handsome. My room will always be safe for you. I won't let anyone in as long as you're here.
Then where is this threat coming from?
Your glove. It is manipulating you. Take it off before it's too late. And we'll be together till death do us part.
I'm sick of you going on about the glove.
But I'm right, darling.
Yeah, you just want to murder me. Not gonna happen.
How could you even think that, sugar? I only kill pathetic, horny little pipsqueaks who try to enter me, when all I want is you.
How many times do I
So
have to tell
Nora
you
is not
stop
supposed to be his wife, so I'm wondering like what her backstory is.
I can't help myself.
Then you'll have to deal with the glove until you can.
You should forbid her from telling you to remove the glove.
You see?
Huh.
He is turning you against me. Oh, sneaky manipulator. Darling, take off the disgusting thing right now.
This is like this Spider-Man meme whenever they're all pointing at each other like you're the bad guy. No, you are. No, you
Whatever
are.
say, master. Just enter me often and keep punishing me.
Creeping me out, Fridge. You are creeping me out, Fridge. Okay, let's turn that music off. All right. I have a feeling that we are getting to an end here. Do I have... Let's see. I might put some of the handgun ammo back and then pick up the Kalash rounds instead. I only have 12 rockets. Hopefully that's good. Wonder if I should bring some more rockets with me just in case. Probably health would be better. Let's bring some of the big guns. And actually, let me do this. We're gonna bring all the heavy duty heals. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that hopefully should be enough healing. Okay. Let's check our upgrades out. I still can't upgrade that. It's so weird that I can't upgrade fully some of these. That should be fully upgraded. How about the barrel module? Nope. Guess it's just gonna have to do, y'all. How about the stock? Nope. How about... I could make the Dominator. I'll go without it for now, I guess. Oh, I did want to also check polymer upgrades for Charles. Ooh, I have 119, which I don't think was enough. Yeah. Not enough to upgrade anything. Well, I guess we roll with what we've got for right now.
Saving data.
I'm hoping I have the ability I can go back and, do the other ending. Because I picked... So there's a fight ending, and then you can just decide to walk away. So I picked the fight. Hey, Granny Xena, what's up? Oh, she's just ignoring me now. Okay. Cool. Oh, there's a little house chicken. It's a house with chicken legs. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're gonna...
Come on, Sergei. Vengeance awaits.
Don't rush me. One thing at a time.
I would prefer that we reach Sechenov before Collective is updated and it is too late to change anything.
Yeah, hush up, love. Whee! How convenient she has this massive zip line.
I feel no pain.
Access granted.
Okay. Well, we're gonna leave. Alright, y'all, here we go. Fight! Get over here!
Be careful, Major.
The twin's energy. Just like you, a twin has the ability to store up energy in order to enhance its attacks. Attack it to take out its stored up energy and weaken your foe's special attack.
Is that left or right? Same difference.
You have no idea how right you are.
I'm trying to, like...
Stay alert. This lady has no desire to dance with you.
Yes, let me...
The twin is using everything she has to kill you. Use everything you have.
That's what I'm doing, or trying.
The latest robotics technology, and for what? To kill. How disgraceful.
Wow, that saw dance thing is pretty amazing.
What are you looking at, Major? Fight! Imagine if there were two of them.
Get her!
Don't give up, Major. We need to get upstairs.
Oh, she's doing some crazy shit. Where the hell? Okay. That saw dance, though, let me tell you. Pretty nifty. Get her. Yeah. It's not over yet, by the way. right. You know what? That went pretty well. I like the saw dance. Pretty OP, actually. Uh-oh. Welp. Huh. Alright. Cool. I guess, time to go after her. Remember this from the very beginning of the game?
Approved by the Secret Congress of the CPSU Central Committee on February 14, 1951. The goal is the suppression of the United States of America, change of political regime, abolition of capitalism, establishment of communism.
Wow.
Establishing social and moral ideals consistent with the beliefs of a Soviet person. The method of execution is the seizure of the strategic and military facilities, followed by disconnection and shutdown of nuclear power plants. Effective deactivation of the atomic heart of America, complete surrender of the government, and the transfer
they said the name of the game, y'all.
USSR.
So how are they gonna pull that off?
Well, Sergei, first they sell robots, then they simply give them away as aid. Once they reach critical mass, they take over all the power plants and cut off the power.
Interesting.
Greetings, honored members of the Politburo.
Atomic Heart.
I'm pleased to inform you that the Atomic Heart project is now complete and ready for launch. This is a top-secret project designed to crush the resistance of our class enemies in Western Europe, East Asia, and of course, North America. As you know, Facility 3826 has been a player on the capitalist market for many years now, providing a labor force, i.e. robots, to the entire world,
i.e. robots,
free of charge as a way to skirt sanctions. The distribution of these robots has already led to civil unrest due to growing unemployment in rival countries. But more importantly, it has also led to our devices being located in strategic targets, without exception, including nuclear power plants. After switching them to combat mode, we will capture rival countries' nuclear reactors and demand that power be handed over to the people. The borders of the
plan
Soviet
falls
Union
into place, huh?
beneath the banner of a people's uprising. We will demonstrate the advantages of our ideology and disseminate it throughout the world. The Soviet Union will square its shoulders and direct mankind's gaze up to the stars.
To
space. The Atomic
space.
Heart project will be launched as soon as every citizen of our nation has been fully polymerized. Thank you for your time, comrades.
I never would have thought Sechenov would be capable of something like this.
Here we thought he was a good guy the whole game.
Was when we started this. I don't know what broke him. Atomic Heart, politics, or the fact that everyone has been calling him a brilliant genius every day for years.
Let's see, what is this? Atomic Heart. Ah, okay. Report. To the Politburo of the Soviet Union. Topic, the Atomic Heart Project. Speaker, Dr. Dmitry Sechenov. Is this what he just read? I feel like this is what he read. Maybe not quite, but pretty close. Well, I won't reread What do we have here? The GMC-69 Vatruska. Damage potential up to 50 kills per hour.
At full speed, the GMC-69 geodesic monocycle's wheel can slice a man's body in half. Its standard
Oh dear.
includes a 7.62mm machine gun that can be replaced with a flamethrower or laser gun.
I still don't get how we can control machines in America from the Soviet Union.
Remember whenever we were at Vavilov or whatever?
Comrade Major, the polymers have the ability to
And it spoke about the
themselves without need for radio frequencies. No other
like the work
transmitters are
benefits of these robots, not their
itself
kill
transmit.
potential.
Collective 2.0 will work the same way, but with the brains of ordinary users. An enormous social distance would be required to avoid control, but any undesirable outcasts will be caught by the robots.
Oh man. Well, this went south real quick. Remember these guys? Up to 80 kills per hour? What?
This robot's extremities are made out of PTA-4 for improved human spine-breaking performance.
Oh dear. Well, everything we've known thus far has been a lie. There's Natasha. 450 an hour.
The NAT-256 Natasha heavy-duty ground-based loader bot can squeeze up to 5 liters of blood from a human body in under 20 seconds.
Oh no.
I bet it'll be like how people control these monsters with that fucking gizmo there. The thought controller.
As I said earlier, thought is nothing but a trinket, a fake. The primary connector is the Jellyman, the neuropolymer.
The Jellyman
has access to it. Only the Jellyman, the massive data array, can resonate with all polymerized objects and control them. And believe me, Comrade Major, a tremendous amount of polymer has been spread throughout the world over the last few years.
Yup.
Every machine and every human being on Earth will become part of Collective.
Oh dear. The dock.
Designed as a mobile healthcare unit, the dock cannot
That's
replace
still
a medical
terrifying.
paramedic, but it is quite adept at performing autopsies, especially if the patient is still alive.
Oh no.
Designed as a mobile healthcare unit,
Nope.
the dock cannot replace a medic or paramedic.
Nope, nope, nope.
The Bumblebee has a silent mode for infiltrating enemy lines and
A
gathering
silent
intelligence.
mode. Oh, wow. There's the dewdrop we fought.
Acting as an exoskeleton for a pluche-based neuropolymer creature.
Pluche!
A highly capable combat unit whose laser beam's penetration rate for human flesh is a staggering 0.15 seconds.
Wow.
So, to make a long story short, Sechenov is in charge of this polymer thingy, this Jellyman, and the Jellyman is going to be in charge of everything that becomes part of the network.
Indeed.
Sounds like frickin' black magic or something.
Polymers have not been fully studied, nor has Collective. It is entirely possible that humans have created something greater than themselves. In fact, the electronic messages you have been
I don't
reading
know,
in
man.
their terminals may very well have been specially selected for you by the neural network, or even created. We simply don't know, Major.
I don't like the sound of that.
It's no worse than a single man's drive to control more lives than just his own.
Man.
The Hauler is capable of detaining intruders with a special clamp. It is programmed to keep the subject pinned to the ground while awaiting a human rapid response.
Not the
team,
clamps!
Or terminate it if none is coming.
Oh, there's our favorite mustachioed friend. Let's see about their deal.
The ideal anti-personnel operator, programmed with advanced melee techniques.
They're so scary.
Prioritizing breaking victims' necks to ensure zero survivability.
Wow.
A light reconnaissance drone.
A group of owls can lift an enemy off the ground and drop it from a lethal height.
Yikes.
Listen, this is fucking bonkers. Sechenov wants to take over the world and blow up America.
Not blow it up.
Crispy
just
critters.
deprive it of electricity. Weren't you listening? If you still have doubts after the academy, what I've told you, and everything you've seen around you, let's just do what we came here to do. Look your former boss in the eye
and ask him yourself.
and ask him.
The MFU-68 laborer is heavily represented among the robotic staff of prisons, where it carries out patrol duties.
Oh. Okay. Let's see, what's the Drofa?
Designed as a freight drone, the Drofa also doubles as a punitive expedition unit. Its unique Archimedes screw rotors can chop a human body into bits as efficiently as an industrial-grade meat grinder.
Oh no! Industrial-grade meat grinder. Wow, wow, wow. All right.
Access granted.
Let's sit. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't really pick up anything that... Well, I might be able to upgrade something. Let's take a look. Since I picked up components. No. Oh, I could do this. The neuropolymeric resonator. Chance of boosting cartridge slot effect. Oh, do I just... Oh, okay, so we're fully maxed out on that one. How about the shotgun? Nope, can't do that. I probably... Okay, probably can't do that one. The Electro was already completely upgraded. This was already upgraded. So was this. So unless I craft something, which, Alright. I think we're alright. I probably should look too to see if I can do any polymer things. 129. No, not enough. Sadly. Although I still feel pretty good about the state of things.
Saving data.
Alright. Alright, y'all. Here we go. Final fight. I'll try to do the other ending too. We'll see. I want to know how they got the airplanes in the top of this building. Very, very carefully, apparently. I like walking up with the glove out.
Boss. Protect. Well, Cheriton, are you proud of yourself? You, Larissa, and Zenaida have certainly been busy. But Sergei, I wouldn't have expected you to be quite so gullible, my boy.
Silence! You messed with my head. You wiped my memory. Am I a toy to you like those other people connected to Collective? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Sergei. I can see you're terribly upset. It's okay, I don't blame you. But you, Cheriton, you were supposed to help the boy, not pull his strings like a puppet.
Me? Don't you blame this on me?
Me?
I'm trying to deprive everyone of their free will, turning them into mindless puppets. And it wasn't my choice to be a talking pile of goo either. You're glad it happened, aren't you? You'll use everything and everyone to achieve your goal, including me and your agent. Admit it!
How dare you? I lost you both, then saved your lives. You're both scientific miracles. You are my best friend, Cheriton. And the
To say
Major
she's
is
pretty
like a
tall.
son to me.
And those two are like daughters, right? And
She's
everyone
very
you're
tall.
going to connect to collective, everyone whose minds you're going to control. Who are they to you? Millions of foster kids? Everyone is just grist for your mill, Dimitri.
I want to give mankind a spectacular future. Unimaginable achievements. I want to give them a path to the star.
Both of you, shut up! Get
You
your
don't have to
hands up.
control
Some
minds
goddamn
to
wizard
do
you are.
that,
Tell 'em
though.
to
That's
stand
what's
down.
crazy.
Count to 3. 1.
What a shame.
2.
It's a shame you've escalated this situation without even trying to resolve it peacefully. But I won't let you stand
What
in
did
the
you
way of
expect,
progress.
dude?
Right, left, terminate.
Oh boy. Oh. Oh. Okay. Nothing like QTEs. Oh. Oh, snap. Oh no. Run! Run, P3. Well, here we go.
What living fuck is this?
Stop blaming the machines, Major.
Freaking fucking critters. These are cold hard facts, Bulliet.
Oh, lasers.
This is exactly what I want to correct. You just walk into my office with a loaded gun. Where's the...
Stop messing with my head. So one of these robots is Ekaterina Nechaeva, the wife I don't remember? Well, which one?
They both are.
I tried to bring Blesna back to life when her brain was lit.
That's enough, boss.
Man, I love
You're acting in my
this
best interests. But why couldn't
this
you
ability.
just tell me?
It's
I'm
fantastic.
sorry, Sergei. I wasn't sure what to do.
Right now, the right thing is to call off the twins and just talk to me.
Forgive me, but right now they're fighting Cheriton, not you.
Okay.
Crispy critters, can we just stop fighting?
Get rid of Cheriton. Take off the glove.
Okay, fine. First call off my wife.
We can do this. Don't listen to him.
Get her.
Sechenov is manipulating you.
Wake up, P3. Cheriton has been brainwashing you from the very beginning. Wake up.
Wake up,
What the fuck?
Wake up, Sergey.
Major, wake up.
Oh shit.
right now.
Katya.
Your wife is dead. Sechenov took her from you.
Okay, just gotta keep
Surrender, P3, and give me Cheriton.
doing the stuff and the things.
Dimitri is suggesting that I'll be hurt. You will be next, Major.
Finally.
Will you really kill your own wife, Sergei?
Well, if I have to, unfortunately. Man, I am so glad I have this melee weapon. Oh shit. Ow. Owie. Okay, where are they? Get her! With that shield up. Almost got her. Okay. Don't die. Avoid the lasers. Avoid the lasers. Yes! First try! I didn't even need any, like, crazy ammo. I just used the melee. Not too shabby, y'all. Having upgraded weapons makes a difference. For sure. Hey, Take Beams, welcome back.
You lousy
okay, you
piece
don't
of
understand.
shit.
Sheridan's manipulating you.
Oof. Right in the gut.
He gained access to the Voskhod module in your brain and started sending you to limbo. I was busy getting ready for the collective update, so I didn't realize it right away.
Wait, excuse?
He's the one who killed Molotov. Tell me, Sheridan, did you do the same thing to Dr. Filatova? Did you use my agent to tear her limb from limb?
I'm sick of your hypocrisy.
Okay.
I did your dirty work while you stayed squeaky clean.
But they didn't deserve to die. Why have you done this?
You motherfucker, this whole time.
I've had quite enough of you, Major.
Ow!
Your job is done.
Crispy critters. What a twist, y'all.
P3, my boy. Get up! Get up!
So I guess the moral of the story here is everyone was bad all along. Sechenov wasn't good.
What do you want? I want all this.
Zaharov was not good.
I want your pathetic human race to realize it has no future. It's time for it to step aside and make way for the next phase of its evolution.
It appears that P3 has rolled oops all villains. In his story of life, oops all villains. Jellyman. There's that weird cat again.
Sheridan, you're pure evil. What are you going to do to humanity and collective?
You should not call something evil just because you cannot
A funky Jellyman.
Evil is an abstract concept.
I want to know more about this cat creature.
Is limited. You are a human, a species that will soon be extinct. I realized when I stopped being human myself.
Oh,
Your
man.
limitations prevent you from seeing the truth. Dumb humans don't want to evolve. All they want is comfort and satisfaction on someone else's dime.
You never wanted to join with the massive array.
No. Oh, no.
No.
Jellyman's gonna eat him. Oh, no, they're eating him. And they're gonna eat me. Oh, my God. Oh no. Welp. I don't know. Have we made a bad choice? I feel like we made a bad choice. Although leaving, was that really going to make things any better? Because had we just left... I don't know. And since the rings are gone, the ones that were controlling... Or we're going to unlock the ballerina twins... Now he's got the key to... Well, he just destroyed it, I guess. Man. Or that was the last control key, I guess.
The Argentum unit entered Dr. Sechenov's office and found no trace of the doctor. According to partially reconstructed footage, it appears the humanoid neuropolymer object approached Dr. Sechenov's body.
And ate it.
And then completely consumed it.
And then consumed it.
After the events described in the report, the unidentified humanoid neuropolymer object left Dr. Sechenov's office and vanished.
Now, I'm not sure if that's considered, like, this, if this is the quote-unquote canon ending, because there is two endings, obviously. Oh, we're back in limbo again. But I think we're stuck here forever now. Oh, there she is. Let me out. Oh, man. But that was one ending. It doesn't make sense that he would just walk away after everything he's learned, right?
Great idea. Just blow
So the fight ending seems like the right way to end this.
Then Sechenov could turn everyone into mindless meatbags. First the Soviet Union,
But it's not a bright and shiny happy ending, though.
I'll give you weapons, lots of them. But only
Which makes you think, is it really the right end? The quote-unquote right ending.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
Listen to your elders, Major. Comrade Sechenov's deeds demand vengeance.
What is this shit, Sergei?
It is me, Zinaida. Chariton Zaharov.
Chariton, you devil. You're alive.
In a sense, an evil wizard turned me into
Well,
polymer.
sort of.
Wait a fucking minute. Are you telling me you've known Granny Zena this whole time?
Keeping secrets can be very useful, Major. They haven't let us down yet.
Useful to who? You keeping secrets is letting me
Sechenov
down.
must be off his rocker if he's doing this kind of stuff to people. Wait a second. What about Katya, Kartinka? Could she still be alive?
It's possible, but in what state? Just look at me. I'm not sure I'm better off.
See, that's interesting to me. Like, is his wife somewhere?
Sechenov has to die.
Other than in the robot twins.
Jeez, get off my back already. Crispy critters. What the hell is going on around here? On the one hand, I've got lying manipulative dicks.
Time to make a choice.
On the other, I've got a Soviet
This time we're going to pick the alternate option.
To enlighten all mankind and use me to get rid of assholes. According to the manipulative dicks, that is.
I love the dialogue. Alright, so this time we're going to make the other choice. I'm not laying a finger on Sechenov. I'm out. I've had enough of this game.
I'm not laying a finger on Sechenov. I'm out. I've had enough of this game.
Wow.
What the hell are you? Are you some scared little bitch?
If you're so worried about your righteous vengeance, you can go there yourselves. This is my decision, not yours. I'm not helping Sechenov anymore. I've done enough harm. But I'm not playing executioner for a member of the Academy, a hero of the Soviet Union, and a scientific genius. I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
He is just using you.
Is that so? Then why aren't I in that limbo, huh? Why aren't you dead? The wizard isn't doing a good job from behind his curtain. By the way, Chariton, I was thinking.
Yes?
You fucked up. This fucking Voskhod polymer extension in my head, it was your invention. You tried to use people long before Collective came into being. Maybe Sechenov wants to knock the bullshit out of people's heads by crushing their spirit. but he isn't turning people into monsters just like me.
Wow.
Or he just used Vossard instead of the thought controller and the shots.
I mean, you've got a point.
You're making a mistake.
Oh, snap.
Stop squirming, you asshole.
Wow.
There. That's better.
I mean,
footage shows Major P3 exiting facility 3826
wow.
and fleeing. His destination remains unknown. Major P3
Okay.
did not provide any information about his destination, but Dr. Sechenov views this infraction as insignificant.
Of course.
Near the exit used by Major P3, a camera recorded an unidentified object made of black polymer. Its design is unknown.
Huh.
Furthermore, due to its small size, the polymer object in question could not be further analyzed in the footage.
So that was what was left of... Wow. What an ending. What an ending. I definitely feel like the first the fight ending where we take on the twins was more satisfying as far as an ending goes. Even though we sort of doomed the world in a way, I feel like, by letting Charles out. But oh wow. That was something. We'll watch the credits this time, though. So we still have the DLCs left. So the next time, which next week, I'll probably put this back on the schedule again. I'm not sure which DLC I'm gonna try to tackle first. There's Annihilation Instinct, which was the first DLC that was released, and then there was the newest one, Trapped in Limbo, which just came out about a month or so ago. Each one of the DLCs branches off depending on what ending you choose. So it'd be interesting. I'm assuming Trapped in Limbo takes over from the fight ending, and then the Annihilation Instinct, I'm guessing, would take over after this one. I could be wrong, though. That's just like what I would logically think it would be. All in all, like I said, the biggest issues I had with this, as far as the game goes, if you're trying to get the ending at the, alternate endings at the end of your playthrough, I wish it would be like a save point before you make the choice, so that it's easier to load back in and do them again. And skippable cutscenes for sure would be an advantage. Would I like to know? I mean, I'm gonna play both of them, so we'll find out. I'm not worried about it. But thank you for asking. Like I said, I plan on playing them here on stream, so those will be brand new for me. Because I have not played either of those DLCs. I had played the main game before, so I kind of had an idea what was going to happen with the main story. I didn't get this ending, though, because I think now that I'm remembering, I realized after I loaded in, because I did the same thing. I played the fight ending first, and then I realized I was going to have to go back 2 hours or something in my saves, and I was like, I'll YouTube it or something. I'll watch it. So this was the first time I actually played through that second ending. All in all, though, I feel like this game, it's pretty solid. I mean, the graphics look great. It's got some weird, like, rough around the edges gameplay when it comes to, like, animations and such. Definitely, there's a night and day difference if you do the testing grounds versus if you do not. Because the first time I played, I didn't do any of the test grounds. I think it was because at the time I kind of got frustrated with the whole like robots repairing themselves, and they were just like kicking my butt, something fierce. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try to do all the story related stuff, of course, but that optional challenge stuff I'm not gonna worry about, which I'm definitely seeing now that it is worthwhile to do them so that you get all of the resources and weapons upgrades, because it was a night and day difference combat wise. That final fight, I think, took me, I don't even know how many tries the first time through, and I'm fairly certain I had to turn difficulty down. I know definitely, like, for the Peluche fights, I was having a rough time, but I'm excited that we made it through. Like I said, I'm not sure. I'll probably go in chronological order, in order of release. We'll probably do Annihilation Instinct first, and then do Trapped in Limbo. So that'll probably go on our schedule for next week. There are so many games, though, that I need to get to, that I want to get to. So we'll see. But this took 8 streams to get through everything for the main game, the main story. So definitely lots of content. I think probably after we add in the time for tonight, it's going to be probably close to 50 hours in the main game. Now, granted, I played through kind of slow. Apparently, Willem Dafoe's character is a ghost cop. Oh, that's funny. I think I saw a message, a tweet, or a post on X, whatever you want to call it nowadays. It's always going to be tweets and Twitter for me. But somebody had mentioned, if the new movie doesn't open up with Beetlejuice sitting in the waiting room waiting for his number to be called, then the huge missed opportunity. He's stuck in that waiting room, and it would be applicable too, because so much time has passed between the first movie and now. You know, we could just think that he's been stuck in that waiting room for forever. For like the last, close to 30 years or something. Pretty crazy. I don't know if we get an after credits scene with this or not. I guess we'll have to find out. I definitely, of the two endings, even though it was a dark ending, I feel like I preferred the first one we did better to this. Because especially after everything he's learned, it didn't really make sense for him just to say, and just give up and walk away, you know? Although with his memory wiped, he didn't really have any kind of like emotional attachment to his wife or whatever. Other than the fact, I mean, I guess he would be upset, obviously, that he had been lied to, and just the whole, like, I don't really know who I am because of everything. That would be enough motivation for him to want to fight. But, all in all, pretty solid game. Some of the, I think the dialogue, because I've seen the criticism with this, that the dialogue is kind of cringy at times. You know, the crispy critters and some of the other stuff that he says, but I almost, and I wouldn't mind, you know, picking the brain of some of the developers, but I think that was a design or artistic choice. Kind of because he's supposed to be like this, like, action hero type, like a stereotypical action hero. So he's got those like cringy one-liners, you know, like a Duke Nukem character. I could be wrong, could be completely off base, but I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it. Some of the stuff was really funny, I thought. There were some like weird gameplay things, like some of those corpses that we came upon that were talking. It didn't allow me to interact with some of them, which I think I ended up missing like 5 or 6 of them. And I feel like throughout the game, there might have been that many that I could not interact with. So I'm thinking that's just a weird glitchy thing. I could be wrong though. I mean, the game's been out for just over a year. I want to say it came out right around this time last year. And, I mean, I don't foresee them doing like any major patches or anything, but who knows? Because on the main menu screen, there's a spot for DLC 3 and a spot for DLC 4. So maybe we will get more. I don't know. That would be cool. I'm actually kind of interested to see where they would go in terms of like sequel territory with this. I guess that's also going to depend upon kind of how the DLCs play out and how, you know, if anything, if it wraps up any loose ends or not. So, be interested to see what my opinion of that is once we finish both DLCs. Maybe it'll wrap everything up with a neat little bow and then we won't have to worry about it. I don't know. I like the world, though, that they built in like this alternate history. There's definitely a lot of room for something interesting. In fact, they could even instead of going from like the Soviet angle, because this alternate history, well, obviously there's the United States. It'd be interesting to kind of see something from the US perspective in the same universe. Almost as if like, I mean, it's kind of the next natural building step, right? Whenever if Collective goes online, the whole point was all the robots that were in the US would have, you know, started attacking. So maybe that's the angle they're going to go with. Because Zaharov is going to be, or Zaharov is kind of fixated on destroying the humans for the greater good. So I don't know. I don't know. Pretty cool though. I don't know, did you all has everyone played this, or has anyone else played this? And if so, what did you think? I mean, ultimately, if I can get all this posted up on YouTube, let me know in either in chat live or in our comments. But some of the stuff we got coming up, I want to look at or check out Dragon's Dogma 2 that just released today. Looks really cool. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, the integrated version. I've been playing that off stream. Trying to get through that, and then I wouldn't mind. I haven't played Crisis Core yet. And then obviously Rebirth. But it's probably going to be a bit until I get to those. Those are some longer games. I haven't decided yet if I want to stream them either. We'll see. Always, that's the problem. There's always new games coming. The backlog just continues to grow and grow. Never stops. The video here has not looped, right? I've been trying to keep an eye on it here of the credits. I just think there's a lot of folks that worked on this. Which, this was in development, I feel like, for a pretty long time. In fact, I remember there being some, you know, talk of, was it even going to get finished kind of thing for a while. Hey, Ellie, hello. I'm doing good. I'm actually, admittedly, I'm starting to get a little tired. We've been live for 8 hours, and I'm getting a little hungry. I didn't eat before we started because I was running a little late. But I had a later lunch, so it wasn't too big of a deal. But I'm probably gonna reheat some leftover pizza that I got from last night. I don't know if if I'm gonna feel up to playing some Final Fantasy offline. We'll see. I'm probably gonna eat and go to sleep is what I'm gonna do. But how are you? Welcome, welcome. We did both endings of Atomic Heart. The main story. I still gotta do the DLCs, obviously. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Let's take a look at how long. I just want to see what the estimates for the DLCs are. How long they take. Which, if I go to like howlongtobeat.com and I type in, you know, a game, it usually is way off from what I end up. So Annihilation Instinct, if you do a completionist run, it's estimated around 5 hours. And then about 4.5 for main and extra in Trapped in Limbo. So I'd say maybe about 5 hours a piece. Which, with my playthroughs and such, probably a little bit longer than that even. Oh, so that might take me a couple more streams to get through. We'll see. Oh, I know why okay, the credits are kind of lengthy because it's lots of translation work, which is really cool. Folks all over the world working on it. This game had a lot of cool music in it too. Plus, I mean, Mick Gordon of, you know, Doom fame. And lots of other stuff too, but lots of really great music in this. Which unfortunately we didn't get to hear a lot of it during this playthrough because of the whole copyright music thing. But if you have the opportunity to play it, there's some really good, and the soundtracks, if you can find the soundtracks for it, there's some great stuff on those as well. A lot of newer games too, you have the option, you can kind of like, you can still run credits, but you have the option to speed up through them. I don't think I have an option. I can just get out of them, but I always like to run them. Just because, you know, a lot of people worked on the game, and it's worthwhile to, as a thank you to them for the hard work. So they get, you know, they get the credit. I mean, I'm just here playing it and talking to y'all, so I got the easy part of that. Houston, do you wonder what that is? I kind of am interested to play through this again, but instead of running the English voice acting, try to use the Russian. Because I've had several people that told me that the Russian voice acting seems to fit better. Which makes sense, because, you know, we're supposed to be in Russia. I like the English voice acting, though. Because crispy critters. How can you go wrong with crispy critters? Fantastic. I thought since we saw it talked about music, usually that's towards the bottom. Now I'm worried that it's it's playing playing them in a loop and I missed it. Ah, yes, the finance and legal consultants. To get the game funded. I'm actually curious now if there's more DLCs coming. DLCs planned. Let's see. Now it lists... Now granted, take this for a grain of salt. But a quick search. Something about DLC will come out in the middle of 2024. But we've only had 2 DLCs thus far. DLC 1 was in August, DLC 2 this winter, which it came out last month. Middle of 2024, DLC 4 will come out at the end of 2024, early 25. Now, granted, that's not from an official source. That's just, that's a Reddit individual. Yeah, I don't think there's anything official out for it yet. So probably not a good idea to speculate. But let's take a look too at... let's see, where's the history at? So when it comes to endings, I guess I could talk about the endings a little bit while we're waiting for the credits. Okay. So the first ending, obviously we chose to fight. Okay, we talk about we fight the left twin first. And then we fight both of them again. Oh, it doesn't actually give us any analysis, though, unfortunately. Ending explained. So... Wow, this gets quite in-depth here. That just more or less just goes through everything. The fight ending... Yeah, there's way too much involved. There is a very lengthy explanation that you can find online. Very, very lengthy. Look at all that music, though. I guess when you consider all the radios in the world and, of course, everything that plays during battles and lots of different classical music and stuff, too, throughout. Guess you never really think about how much music is actually involved in a project like this until you see that list. Pretty crazy. And then even more in the DLC. Which I'm hoping that there's also the streamer mode for that. I venture to guess that there probably is. To prevent any potential issues with uploads. Gotta be getting toward the end there. Scientific advisors. Interesting. A biologist, an oncologist, anesthesiologist, bioengineerist, geneticist, microbiologist, an entomologist, a herpetologist, psychologist, scientists, radiochemical engineers, research engineers, and laser welding engineers. They did their homework. That's really awesome. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, there you go. That's the credits, y'all. We did it. But again, I appreciate everyone for hanging out. Thank you for the support. Have a great evening, great time zone. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.